Super today, along with Menards, and we've got some guests from Loctite today here as well. So would love to get our season, the first win for the 20 car this weekend. We've been knocking at the door here multiple times so far for 2026, and have been really close. So I think that one's coming really quick.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Brandon mentioned knocking on the door of the win. He's got 2 runner-up finishes to 2026, Jamie.
Yeah, Cam, you hear Brandon talk about having confidence coming into this racetrack. That's everything in the sport of NASCAR. He talked about, finding the right line and where he needs to run at this racetrack, and he's done an exceptional job of that. When I watched the race last year, he was able to work that top line in. We saw that work earlier today in Cup Series qualifying. So being good at this racetrack, has a lot of confidence. And what I like about this team right now is the momentum they have on their side. He referenced that they've been runner-up in 2 of the last 4 races. Then you get to come to arguably your best racetrack. Going to be a good night for the team.
When you talk about momentum, you got to think JGR as a whole, right? Kind of a slow start to the season, 0 top 5s in the first 4 races. Now, the last 5 races, they've had 6. Do you feel like they're maybe turning?
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day. I'm having a pretty good day because the sun season isn't over yet. That's good. We won last night, so our season continues. We play the Thunder next. That's going to be tough. But, I'm feeling hopeful. But that's not what this is about. We got the O'Reilly Series race from Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. It is a 200-lap race around a 1.5-mile racetrack.
Maybe a preview to your picks.
So it'll be 300 miles. Let's get a breakdown for today's race. Dude.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later? SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to SafeLight.
So the stage breakdown for today's race, it's a 45-lap stage 1, 45 laps for stage 2, so that'll be lap 90, and then the final 110 laps will be the final stage. 5 sets of tires, a fuel run is 60 to 64 laps. So in the first 2 stages, you will not have to pit under green. If the final stage went green, though, you would.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be.
So yeah, hoping for a good race today. I think we got one. I mean, Kansas is always good.
A twice-daily pill
I gotta move this.
Cobenfy was created with a different approach and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain liver problems or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma.
There we go.
Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy.
Yeah, I'm excited for some racing.
Cobenfy affects you.
You live all week without racing and it sucks, and then you get the weekend and then there's racing.
Speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be Cobenfy.
Paying less for less ain't a good deal. It's just less, but when you pay less and you get more, that's a good deal. And that's Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk's always been the same price since they started, back in 2009. And they always offer free 5G phones for new and existing customers on America's most reliable 5G network. Straightforward.
But the Red Sox did just lose today, so that sucks.
Switch to Straight Talk Wireless.
Oh well.
Plan starting at just $25 a month. Official partner of NASCAR.
When we started Allegiance, we were shocked to learn how many American flags are actually made overseas.
If there's one thing that deserves to be made here in America, it should start with the American flag. At Allegiance, we do it differently. Flags 100% made in America, by Americans, with American materials. Join our pledge to make the American flag truly American.
Visit showallegiance.com to get your high-quality American flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
NASCAR fans, the time is now to turn your love of racing into free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing fantasy, completing challenges, and visiting tracks. Then redeem your points for epic prizes. You are in the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com/fanrewards.
It's America's heartland and a track that will produce some of the best racing of the season.
It's always entertaining. 1.5-mile racetrack.
We did say we're going to have fun today.
It is full steam
It's not
ahead.
going to be easy. Got to battle all day.
Kansas equals calamity.
But yeah, I'm ready for some racing.
But you've got to be committed when you do that.
I just wanted the race to start now.
Trouble off turn 4.
Take it off. It's ain't over yet. We got a long way to go.
The risk is massive and the reward is massive.
You're either good enough or not good enough.
I believe in you. The team believes in you.
Number one is to get the win.
Brandon Jones, the king at Kansas. Here he comes, Eric Almirola.
Yes, I told you, boys. And that's why you never give up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Almost ready to go at Kansas Speedway. The track debuted in 2001 and has welcomed the O'Reilly Auto Parts ever since. Good racing is on the way. That's an easy prediction. But what about our race picks today? And Jamie Parker Kligerman's so excited to call this race that he's already in the booth. He's so excited.
Parker just wanted the solo shot. Don't let him get you.
I want to get Jamie out of it.
All right, so you can take over, Parker. Who are you picking today?
Well, Brandon Jones might have 3 wins here, and the driver I'm about to pick maybe on a bit of a cold streak, but that is going to turn around tonight. I'm going with Jesse Love to get into victory lane here in Kansas tonight.
Now, I think that's a great pick, and even though, as you said, Brandon Jones has 3 wins at this racetrack, I'm going to go with the guy that should have won the last time we were here. A guy got off on strategy a little bit, but he had the best car at Vegas earlier this year. That is going to be Justin Allgaier for the win.
Even though he's never won here before.
Even though the last 3 starts haven't been good, as Carlos told us.
Well, listen, you and Parker both said that Brandon Jones had how many wins?
3 wins
Yeah,
here.
3 wins. So I think I'm going to go with the guy that's won here before. Let's go Brandon Jones today in the number 20. Got some work to do, starting P15, but I think he'll work his way up.
I think you got a good pick.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, as we get ready for today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It is a privilege to serve those who serve. It's time now for pre-race ceremonies at Kansas.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats. And veterans, render a hand salute as the Topeka High School Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Senior Pastor of Fellowship Church, Chris Williams.
Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we gather today grateful for life, breath, and the strength to be here. As engines roar and hearts race, we pause to remember that every good and perfect gift comes from you. Jesus, you are Lord over every track, every moment, every life. You came, lived without sin, died in our place, and rose again so we could be forgiven, made new, brought into your family, and flourish in this world. And so today, we exalt you. We ask for your protection over every driver, every crew member, and every fan. Grant focus, safety, and unity. But more than anything, open hearts to the truth of the gospel, that in Jesus Christ there is grace, hope, and eternal life. Be glorified in all of this. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the Army Corrections Command, Sergeant Lance Lannon.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
America.
Golden Corral is proud to partner with Project
got
Healing
America.
Waters, healing Americans veterans through the therapeutic art of fly fishing. And
Buffalo
as the founding
Sabres
partner of
first playoff
Golden
game tomorrow.
Corral helps send children
Yeah,
of
against the
wounded
Bruins.
or fallen
Bruins gotta
military
win that.
members to summer camp each year.
Look, I'm not going to watch Bruins playoff games. I'm not going to pretend to be a Bruins fan. I do like the Bruins. They are my favorite team, but I don't actually care. So, I'm not going to be one of those fans who just pretends to care when the playoffs start. I will stay true to myself.
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million. The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase. Powerball, the chase to $1 million starts now.
Colonel knew folks needed Mondays, so he made sure Tuesdays were finger-licking good with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders for just $10. It's TGI Tuesday. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal. KFC $10 Tuesdays.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free. They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to SafeLight.com. SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down. Wanna be like
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
To Haggerty, it's obvious. One of these cars is not like the others. It's harder to operate, but easier to enjoy. You use it less, but you love it more. And if something goes wrong, it's a lot harder to replace. It's not your everyday car, so don't pay more for everyday insurance. Pay a better price for better coverage from Haggerty. Quote today at Haggerty.com.
Where does Kyle Busch start tomorrow?
I think there's something wrong with the toilet.
Kyle Busch starts, oh my god, 2030.
You guys are the best. Thanks, guys. What is that? Kansas is definitely a fan favorite for the drivers, just purely because you can go really anywhere on the racetrack and make speed. There's so many lanes to work with right there at that place, because you can run the wall, you can run the bottom, you can run the middle. Another track that's just so diverse and exciting. The really wide track. It's an intermediate track. And I like that. I think that suits my driving style well. Restarts get pretty crazy. Multiple options.
It's low grip, and tire fall off is huge there. And then to make passes, you can get these crazy runs and driving super low and slide up, and there's a lot of different ways to get around guys.
You can run anywhere from all the way down the bottom to all the way to the top, or start on the top and then end on the bottom. You can get really creative with your lines.
Some of these tracks are really fun that we go to, but they kind of get singled out and single grooved, and that place has just a lot of options to go make some speed and make passes.
Anytime you can go up on the boards and make lap time, it's always a lot of fun. That track rewards guys that can move around the racetrack and find speed.
Welcome back to NASCAR Countdown Live, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. And as you can tell, if options are what you want as a driver, then options are what you get when you come to Kansas. Let's head out to Kim Coon. Well, Carly, this weekend, William Byron is in the 88 seat, making his second of 3 scheduled starts with JRM this year. But it's Williams' first Kansas race in this series since 2017. Taking that into consideration, plus the fact that these teams got no practice yesterday, I asked crew chief Marty Lindley where their starting point was today setup-wise. And he said for the team last year, this was actually one of their worst handling races despite Zilich finishing second. But he told me they adjusted the car to try and fix those problems headed into the weekend. And he said this is the type of track where a Cup driver should shine. They start second, Dylan.
And Kim, even though Carson Kvapil is jumping around to different rides this year, he is still the beneficiary of the one team's win
with Connor Zilic last week at Bristol. With qualifying being rained out, that success from a week ago earned this team the pole, which crew chief Rodney Childers said yesterday would be perfectly fine with them, as you'd expect. Gives them clean air and a good opportunity to evaluate what kind of car they have here without the benefit of practice laps yesterday. Everybody is going to be learning. The question now for Carson, though, is how does he respond? Can he use this as motivation? This car is now a proven winner, and he's still looking for his first career win. Today is as good an opportunity as any to get win number 1 in car number 1. Race 10 on the year for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Let's get the command to Fire Engines at Kansas.
Kansas Speedway, here tonight to give the command to Fire Engines. Please welcome the star of the hit shows Yellowstone and Marshalls, Mo Brings Plenty.
On behalf of the Kansas Lottery and the amazing residents of this beautiful state of Kansas, drivers, start your engine!
Yeah, fire them up.
All right, that was pretty good.
Fire them up, boys.
So much last week, we decided to do it again. We'll see what Kansas has to offer with 400 miles on deck. The green flag is on the way.
You've got to try the softest sneaker ever. Hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. Sneakers that are as soft and comfy as your favorite slippers. Just step in and go with no bending down or touching. Wrap your feet in hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins.
Tahiti chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahiti?
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free
Oh, hell nah. What's up, dog?
I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
I don't know much about computers other than the one we got in my house. My mom put a couple games on there and I played.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, green flag set for 7:09, 6:09 local time in Kansas.
At Spectrum, we believe a great connection shouldn't come with compromise. And now, it doesn't have to. Get Spectrum fiber-powered internet. And when you add 2 mobile phone lines, it's just $30 a month each. Experience the fastest internet and most reliable 5G network. And save $1,000 on internet and mobile in your first year. Guaranteed. That's the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Call now or go online.
Did you hear about the? I heard about the Nürburgring crash. That's sad.
In 1776, America.
What was the dude's name? Juha.
That fighting spirit still
Rest in
lives on in the
peace.
Jeep brand. Now,
The
with the
Juha.
Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or with our declaration of deals, well-qualified current Jeep Wrangler or Grand Cherokee 4x lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S for $299 a month.
66 years old, yeah.
Welcome to the Oneida, New York dental practice of Dr. Bruce Stewart. We treat every patient as if they were our own family. We specialize in the least invasive surgical techniques for implants and laser periodontal therapy. Improve your smile.
Jaden will not be in the stream tonight because he's watching WrestleMania. He's still watching this race too, but he's watching WrestleMania.
Right in our office. Get world-class dental care with Dr. Stewart.
He says, I have NASCAR on the TV and WrestleMania on the phone, so that means no room for Sam's stream. Oh. Okay, Jaden. I see how it is.
down in Kansas City, Kansas. CW Sports welcomes you to Kansas Speedway. Tonight is race 10 for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in 2026. This marks the 27th time we've raced here, but only the second time.
Yes, the race will start in the daylight, will end at night. Sun sets around 7:59 their time, so 8:59 our time. So it'll be a lot of racing in the day, but it will end at night.
The green flag goes in the air here. It's going to be entertaining.
Oh, this is just one of the best races.
Last light? When is the last light?
3 or 4 weeks. It's been a great stretch.
8:26 their time, so 9:26 our time.
Drivers, a lot of options. You'll see guys run on the bottom all the way against the white line, and then all the way against the fence. And both ways can be fast around here. It gives them a
Wow, you got to go out
options.
tomorrow, so no NASCAR stream for you. William Byron is stopped on the racetrack. He's my win pick today. I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of cars stopping. I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
If not Brandon tonight, who should we keep our eye on?
Well, the first one that comes to mind for me because of his.
But yes, once again, we'll get the race breakdown for tonight's race. It is a 200-lap race around a 1.5-mile racetrack, so that comes out to 300 miles in tonight's race. Stage 1 is 45 laps. Stage 2, also 45 laps, so that'll be lap 90. The final 110 laps will be the final stage. 5 sets of tires. A fuel run is 60 to 64 laps. So in the first 2 stages, you will not have to pit under green. In the final stage, if it went green, you would have to pit. Temps are in the 50s, 5% chance of rain, so we're not going to see no rain. William Byron is my win pick. He starts in second. And let's do this.
We talked about it. Lots of options at this racetrack.
Computer, make the green flag.
Bottom or the top of the track. We're going to run at night. We've been here during the day. The other thing is tire management. We saw the last time we were here, 7-car got off strategy, decided to save a set of tires and cost them the race. So the strategy calls are going to be really important. And then the restart. We talk about it every week, how important restarts are. But at Kansas Speedway, with how wide the track is and all the options, you got to be aggressive and get that track position early.
Restarts here as good as you'll see anywhere in the sport. I mean, you guys talk about the options. Jamie says be aggressive. Going to be fun. We get going here tonight. Practice qualifying washed out yesterday. We used the metric to develop our starting grid. Look at this. Dash for Cash race. All 4 of the Dash for Cash drivers up front. Sheldon Creed, though, problems in the inspection line. He drops to the rear. William
Oh, Sheldon Creed was starting in 4th, but now he's going to the rear.
See if he's got some speed in that 88.
Or starting in, yeah, he was starting in 4th, so that sucks.
Tonight, his last 3 finishes have been 20th or worse. He rolls off 19th. All right, we'll go on over to page 3. I want to take a look at the number 26.
Oh yeah, we got Adam Alexander back in the booth this week. Don't know what happened last week. He missed last week. He had some sort of. They didn't say. All they said was prayers to Adam Alexander and his family. So we had no clue what happened last week. Still have no clue, but he is back, and that's good to see.
2024, but starts, as we mentioned, 36th here tonight. He's going to have to do a lot of passing.
My money says Custer will be a part of the equation. I think tonight, even though it's a good starting in the rear. Before we go green, we check in with our pit reporters. We start things off with Kim Kuhn. How are you, Kim?
I'm good, Adam. Well, it's been a career best start to the season for Sheldon Creed, and after a strong weekend at Bristol, where they scored 18 stage points and finished 6th, the 00 team now finds themselves 2nd in the championship standings. The team is looking to keep that momentum going here at Kansas, which has been a great place for Sheldon. He's got 3 straight top 5s here. So I asked crew chief Jonathan Tony, you're seeing him right there, with as good as they've seen this season, where are they still looking to improve? And he told me they're trying to...
I mean, clearly it's a personal thing, so I don't really want it to be reported on. The only person I would want to report on it is him himself.
Throughout the race, they need to be turning their top 5s into more wins. But they've got some work to do today. After a tech infraction yesterday, they're going to drop to the...
I'm sure there's people within the industry that know what happened, but it's just a thing that we're trying to keep private.
Has had 1 lap speed for years, but now the racecraft has followed suit. No finish worse than 12th the last 5 weeks, and 2 straight top 10s has been enough to confirm crew chief Danny Eflin's beliefs that this team is ready and has the speed to win a race right now. To do that, though, it's time to clean up the little things. 2 specific pit stop procedures are at the top of the list. Improved speed from the pit crew, and for Parker himself, pushing a little bit harder to maximize his pit road speed without getting sloppy. Talking things that just add up to a couple tenths of a second, but that's the difference right now in this series, and also speed speaks to where Viking Motorsports is at in just their second full-time season, Carla.
And three-time Kansas winner Brandon Jones.
Do you like Domino's, Little Caesars, or Papa John's? I've never tried Papa John's, but I like Domino's and Little Caesars.
It really doesn't change much for me. In fact, he expects some of the guys up front to be cautious, which opens up the chance for them to make up ground right away.
There's actually a Papa John's opening up
Deeper in the field,
right across the street from where I work.
see the team to see what the car does in
Pretty soon, I don't know exactly when, but sometime this month, I think.
Really for the 20, it's pulling all the
Papa John's is racist. No, it's not.
And Carla, with teams not getting practice,
You don't know the whole story. The whole story was Papa John was on a meeting, and he said, don't say this word, but then he said the word as in, like, don't say the, you know. He did not actually mean it in a racist way.
2023, and now we get some 17 Team Radio Corey Day. It's presented by Starkey. Scan the QR code now.
Great opportunity ahead of us today. Take it one lap at a time, one stage at a time. Be there at the end. You have a good one. Yes, sir. Thanks all you guys for the hard work. We'll, get to the end of this one. Pretty excited about it, so thank you.
And that's his excited voice.
He was on the chin right there.
That's just Corey Day. He doesn't seem to get too flustered about anything. And I think that's why I thought he's one to watch here tonight. And I feel like that fresh win is looming. Just so far about this. Doing such a great job each day. Top tens.
No, he did not say that.
He didn't really say that. But
So good on the mile and a half to think about what he did at Las Vegas earlier this year and last fall. Toyota Camry pacing the field here tonight. Getting
over the
set
next
for
30 years.
300 miles for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. And one of the most entertaining tracks on the circuit. And we talk about the mile and a half. This is the second of 8 on the schedule, but 3 in the next 6.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed going to the rear. He qualified 4th, but
in the chase standings,
being sent to the rear.
on the intermediates, this could be the sweet spot for you as we head toward the summertime.
Yeah, no surprise to see the number 1 of Carson Kvapil take the outside on this restart. That's going to be the preferred lane on most of the restarts. You're looking at
It is and it isn't.
It is. Okay,
You got to make
all
up a lot of distance, and you're betting on that inside car getting loose. So we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind though, Wayne Byron being on the inside right there hasn't been in an O'Reilly's car in a while, so I don't see him being overly aggressive on this restart. Kind of getting a good feel for that. But we're going to find out together.
All right.
All junior motorsports.
Green flags in the air. We are racing from Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas.
Racing in Kansas.
Well, the guy that was ready was Corey Day. Big shot to the back of the one car, trying to get him out in front.
It was an awkward start all around. A couple cars getting into each other. You got 3 wide back there.
We got somebody drop the back. That's Brent Cruz falling back.
First ever start on a mile and a half, trying to gather it up.
Well, then Brent Cruz's events, he's never run on that, right? I mean, you got to kind of feel it out.
4 wide there.
He is in the nest right now of all those drivers, trying to get a good feel for his car. Where's the grip level at right now?
And they're playing games with us again. The 2 Hendrick cars are up front, but that is Corey Day, the young driver from California, that jumps to P1, leads the opening lap.
Corey Day led lap 1. Oh, we got trouble.
Balicki out of line.
Josh Balicki. He goes around. That'll bring out a caution. Caution. Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck? What in the fuck? Holy shit! Carson Kvapil, upside down. Huge crash. I don't know what happened there. They were spinning in turn 1, and then they suddenly cut to the backstretch, and he was just fucking flying through the air. Holy shit.
Heavy damage to the front of that 99.
Well, that's going to probably bring out a red flag.
Saw Balicki get sideways down in turns
Holy
1 and 2,
shit.
which is initially what we thought brought out this caution.
That was far behind.
Way
where
behind
Kvapil
this guy.
was.
Yeah.
Retzloff. So they're going to flip this car over.
Yeah, that's going to take a few minutes. Red flag.
2 laps in. AMR safety team is there.
How the fuck did that happen?
Work really hard to handle these situations. Anytime a car gets upside down, very delicate.
You're under a red flag on lap 3.
Back over with the driver strapped inside.
Holy shit. He's missing a tire. I don't know where that thing ended up. Well, it was about a 55-second green flag run to start the race. I do see the stretcher. It's a little concerning. I hope he's all right. Hopefully,
I think that car rolled numerous times as we got on that. Ever been in that situation? Have you had that, Parker? Yeah, it's one of those. You close your eyes as a driver and just wait for it to be over, and what seems like what we see live 4 or 5 seconds feels like 4 or 5 minutes inside of the car because you just don't know where the next hit's going to come from. What you really pray for is for it to land on all 4 tires so you can get out. It's so awkward.
So the race has been red flag, stopped on lap 3 here.
It's tough anyway, with all the gear on.
And they will want you to do that. When they get in there, they're going to make sure you're okay and then take this time to flip the car over because it's incredibly difficult to get out, as you mentioned. In this position, if you drop away from the seat.
Yeah, when you undo the belts,
you want to stay strapped in.
Yeah.
Right.
And while you obviously want to get the car reset as quickly as you can,
so they're working on getting him flipped over right now.
Want to be very delicate.
Parker, that's definitely not his name.
Driver safety and these safety crews rehearse this, so they are prepared.
Oh no, his tire is still on the car. It's like
and to make sure that they
sideways though. It's like bent.
It the right way.
And the fear as a driver when this is going
I want to see a replay.
Is fire. Like if this lands upside down or smoke. And fortunately in this situation,
no, it's terrifying.
I didn't see either of those, and that safety crews are all there in this moment.
Corey Day led lap 1. Oh, we got trouble. Josh Malicki. He goes around. That'll bring out a caution. Oh my God!
Holy shit, bro. Parker's out of the car.
400-pound car you're trying to let
Window net is down on
and slowly as possible.
Kloppel's car. Yeah, they're trying to get it down slowly. It's terrifying, man.
Starting to see some movement inside the race car. Great sign. You never want to speculate in these situations.
He is moving around.
Our safety team.
Please get out and walk out and be fine.
Communicating with Carson inside the car, and we hadn't heard anything on the radio, but you can see he's already got the helmet off, and we're happy to see him moving around.
Yeah, he had unbuckled everything but the seatbelts in the car. Got his helmet off. Hans, great, unhooked. Yeah, gloves off. It's great to see him.
He's walking out. That's good to see. Holy shit!
And see exactly what caused all this.
Oh my God!
You're the radio and hadn't heard anything, but a lot of times when you have flips like that, the radio is sitting in the inside pocket. It gets dislodged, destroyed, and so the team couldn't even talk to him. Let's take a look back.
Is that Allgaier to his outside? See William Byron to his
outside. All right, let's see this.
Here. Oh.
He just went spinning. Oh, and they just got airborne.
Just the
holy shit!
The outside wall, and then Retzloff hit him in the rear, and you just don't see that
God
very often
damn.
on a track of this size. But get a little bit of air under the car, and then you're just along for the ride as those tires start to bite. That's what creates the roll,
and you see all the flats that deploy there to try and keep that car on the ground. But when
here's another angle.
Retzloff there at that angle, the air gets underneath and sort of isn't able to the flaps are not able to help.
Yeah.
Right?
Luckily nobody else hit him. That would have been even worse.
Car that just suddenly flips up, into the air and it looks almost weightless in some respects.
I will say though how fortunate we are in this situation that after he got turned upside down and began the roll, that he wasn't contacted by anyone else.
That would have been
Because
worse.
So many times, especially when you're this, close to the restart, traffic is there, and drivers simply have nowhere to go. Luckily, no one else hit him when he was flipping and rolling down the back straightaway.
The scariest
Holy
part
fuck.
Of what he went through is that when you get turned sideways,
It's just a totally separate wreck from the
is that you lose all controls.
from the wreck that was originally happening.
Works, the steering wheel no longer works, and as a driver, you want to have those controls to control your own destiny, and you don't have that. And I will tell you that when it goes up in the air, it gets quiet. And as I said, what took 4 or 5 seconds for us to watch live on TV feels like an eternity inside the car, and it's a scary feeling for fire, for smoke. Am I going to get trapped? Like what's going to happen? The car's full of fuel right now as well. We just started this race, so the fuel cell's packed, and you're helpless inside of the car. It's one of the scariest feelings you're going to have.
And a lot of times in that moment, you're grabbing your belts and you're just getting as small as you possibly can and trying to, just have all the hits happen and hope they're as soft as can be.
And sometimes when you see those, there's his dad, Travis. How scary is that to watch your kid be out?
Yeah, Travis.
Travis has been through it all, but to sit and watch that, I can tell you, I have a kid that races, and it just doesn't get any scarier than that.
Yeah.
And it's rare that we see a car get upside
It is.
down. We
Especially
don't see
here.
that. Yeah,
Daytona,
right.
Talladega, I feel like we've grown to, you get used to it there. You know that can happen. And
God
it
damn,
does,
man.
Every once in a while, that you just don't expect that here, but it's all about the contact of the wall, and then that contact in the left rear from Parker Retzlaff, the timing of that, the air getting under the car. It's a perfect scenario that has to happen.
Scary, scary crash. Lap 2 at Kansas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. No contact. William Byron into Carson Kvapil. Retzlaff.
I want to see a...
And Kvapil goes for a ride. Red flag is out. Kvapil will climb from the car and walk to the ambulance.
Everything on the line.
At O'Reilly Auto Parts, we know racing isn't just speed.
It takes teamwork.
Hard work and commitment.
The kind of dedication that wins races.
It's more than auto parts. Our professional parts people can offer you the right parts and advice, so you're ready for every turn, straightaway, and moment along the way. We are the sum of our parts. And those parts, they're powered by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Okay, your home, auto, and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. It gets a bit overwhelming running a business and a family. Ooh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. A what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work. Oh, like when I'm logging everyone's hours so I get to sit for a while. No. Oh, like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like. No. So like when I take my work van to the car wash and it's all quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes. No, it's like when you go away and you take pictures and I don't know, I've never been on one either.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose, and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. One bite of the
Still under the red flag here on lap
caramelized
2,
onions and
or lap
steak
3.
seasoning will have you saying, hello.
Completed 2
Your
laps.
Royale Highness.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Hidden Valley Ranch is made with real ingredients for real ranch flavor that's impossible to put into words. But that's pretty close. Indescribably delicious Hidden Valley Ranch.
What makes an experience an experience? When race days become race weekends, and race weekends become full throttle memories. So pull up in your camper, pick your favorite spot. First race or 50th season. A community that lives loud, loves hard, and celebrates. every damn second.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. The Credit One Bank NASCAR American Express card. And by Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. Beautiful evening in Kansas City, Kansas, as the sun goes down. Barely got
Carson Quapples getting his car towed back to the garage. I want to hear from him.
Down the back straightaway.
That was terrifying.
Carson Quapples' cars being taken back to the garage. He flipped, barrel rolls, coming off the corner. And, you know, the first thing we saw was this. Josh Bilicki in the 07.
Yeah, he's going to come down into Luke Baldwin there. The 5, just an awkward angle into the corner, into turn 1. He spins at the same time that this was happening. Carson Quapples flipping down the backstretch.
This is a look from Sheldon Creed, who had to start in the rear. He's going to see this first wreck of Bilicki into the slow slide. You see he gets slowed down. Little does he know that just up ahead, you hear a spotter still walking him through that. Gosh, and he's going to get up here and see Carson Quapple just barrel rolling down the backstretch.
These last hits, these are some of the most vicious. The
problem is
suspension is gone there, and
you don't know where the impact's going to come from. You're flipping, and it's like your eyes are closed and you're getting punched in the face. You just don't know if it's coming from the left or the right. And if you can brace for it, if you're going to hit the wall like from a blown tire, you brace a little bit. You know when that impact's going to happen. If you're flipping like that, you don't.
William Byron right there when all this began. Let's get a little 88 radio.
Sorry about that. I knew we were 3 wide lane, but I was already coming off the corner. You said 3 wide. I just was already kind of my trajectory up. I just haven't got to him late, and then he just left the lane and kind of gave it a lane. We got it.
Well, I mean, this is why we love Kansas, is because of all the options. You see.
All right, red flag has been lifted.
On the outside, the 88 does.
It's about a 12-minute red flag there.
He needs to right there. He probably could have. He should have left. Carson just a little
Jesus
bit more
Christ.
room. But Carson also, if the 7th on his outside probably slides up just a little bit more. It's all about, I mean, at this track, those gaps on the outside, the holes get filled super quick.
And you can see it right there. Carson almost reacted to it. Yeah, the 7 all got on the outside at the same time William Byron was coming up the track, and the two just meet at the wrong place and the wrong time.
Yeah, there's a lot of accidents you can blame on someone, but this is just a racing deal. 100%. You mentioned it. That was a great angle right there. You could see if the 1 starting to turn down because he knows the 7 is going to be on his outside. Allgaier has that big run. You see right there.
Just the 1 sort of goes to the left just a little bit because he's almost caught off guard by the 7 of Allgaier at the same time that William Byron was sort of releasing the wheel, just letting that car actually exit the corner. Vicious hits.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Carson did climb from the race car, walk to the ambulance under his own power. He'll go to the infield care center to be evaluated there. Corey Day able to jump into the race lead. Boy, was he productive in that opening lap. Talk about how good he's been on the 1.5 miles and a good start to the race for him. He's leading.
And Corey was aggressive from the get-go. They threw the green flag. He was giving a massive shove to the car in front of him. Front row on the outside of the 1 of Carson Quapple. And, Parker, you talked about him being a guy to watch. I think back to Vegas. We saw him have all these top 10 runs. And then we get to Vegas, and he leads late. And we're all like, it's going to be his day. Like, he's just – he and Adam Wall have done a great job of getting that car better throughout the race. I think he's done an exceptional job this year. We'll take a look back here at the start of the race.
And you mentioned him being aggressive. He was right in the rear bumper of Quapple as they got in the restart zone. And you're going to see that 17 just go to the outside. That's where everyone in Cup qualifying was up there. Gets to the outside, his right rear, has a huge amount of momentum and clears both him and William Byron to take the lead The outside can work for you here at Kansas, especially on the restarts, but you're almost betting on having that momentum on the exit. He definitely had that.
Red flag was 12 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's hear from Carson Quaffle down to Dillon.
Here's Carson.
Yeah, he is out of the infield care center, says he's okay. What did that feel like or sound like? I mean, what was that moment like for you when that all unfolded?
Not too fun. I actually didn't think it was going to flip over like that, but once it started doing that, it didn't really seem too bad. My biggest thing is I just hate it for this whole number one Bass Pro Shops team. Rodney and these guys, they brought a really fast race car, and it was just hoping to get through the first couple laps and kind of sort it out and kind of fall in line, right? And we didn't really get to that point, but all in all, it was one heck of a ride. I was not ready for that, but just hate it for all the guys again. Everyone at the Junior Motorsports Race Shop, Hendrick Motors, everybody in the Fab Shop. That was a pretty big one, so really hate it for all of them.
Did you feel like that everybody was giving each other enough room there at that point in the race?
I mean, I feel like yes and no, right? I thought we were all pretty aggressive to start, and thought the 17 was going to stay behind me probably, but it seemed like the top really had some good grip, and I was just trying to get through the first lap or two. Honestly, I was probably going to move up the next corner to get up and block runs, but the 7 got outside me there off the 2, and I guess the 88 didn't realize we were 3 wide or got me there. It was hard to tell, so just got tight and didn't work out.
Thanks, Carson. Glad you're okay.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind, guys, if you're watching at home, there was no practice to qualifying yesterday. So these are the first laps these guys have run on the track since we've been to Kansas Speedway. And without a doubt, when you start practice, sometimes the splitter can be a little low, a little high. Some cars are going to have more grip, have less grip. There was no qualifying, so you've got different cars, maybe in a position that they wouldn't be typically at the start of the race.
Let's go back down to Dillon.
Yeah, Parker Retzloff was the other car that just was kind of a victim of circumstance there throughout that whole thing. What did you see, and did you have any time to react at all?
No, I didn't really have any time to react about it. I don't know, just very aggressive start that just, I guess, caused a wreck that really wasn't necessary to happen that early in the race. We knew we had a comp caution in 20 laps into the race, and we wrecked basically 2 or 3 good cars just, I guess, coming up and just causing a big wreck, and just glad Carson's okay. I mean, that's a wild ride down the backstretch, and I didn't, I tried to get slowed down, just couldn't get slowed down enough. Just more, upset for all the guys on the Viking Motorsports number 99 Gemma Oro car. This weekend I thought we had a really good car. We moved up there early and just, just get damaged and knock a lot of pressure out of it. So overall, just a bad weekend, and we'll come back next week and try to be strong again.
Here we go. Let's try this again.
Corey Day takes the outside lane. Allgaier to his left.
Back green, Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas.
Great start. Yeah, super good launch. In on the outside, those tires only had a couple of laps on them, but good launch. And you mentioned it. You get on the outside, you have that momentum, but you got to make sure you get them cleared off turn 2, or you might not be in the preferred position.
The dog number, those drivers highlighted in green, eligible for the Dash for Cash, going for $100,000. One of those, Carson Quaffle, obviously out of the race. Big move here for Jesse Love, swinging down to the bottom of the racetrack in the 2.
To the bottom there. Now to the inside of William Byron. 3-1 off the corner. He was going for 3 or 4 cars in one corner there for Jesse Love.
39, Ryan Sieg started outside the top 10. So did Brandon Jones. And they're already working on spots inside the top 5. What a start to the race for that duo.
See those front 2, they've already trended all the way to the top. We saw.
All right, so we got further than we did the first time.
Qualifying, that's where everybody migrated to. Instantly here, we're 6 laps into the race, 3 or 4 green laps, already all the way to get to the top.
And I think this answers a question for us as we looked at last year's race. The top didn't really work in the O'Reilly Series, but with these cooler temps, possibly going to be the coldest Kansas O'Reilly race ever, I felt like that top might be coming in, and sure enough, we're seeing it right now, immediately to the top.
But that could change. As the sun goes down, the grip level will continue to go up. Does the bottom gain enough grip that you just don't need that distance around the top? Time's going to tell.
I see that paint scheme right in the wall. And immediately, I think of Larson. It's the other California native sprint car driver, Corey Day, who's not afraid to put it on the high side.
Corey Day in the lead here.
In the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. You know, you heard Parker Retzlaff say it. And
Malicki is still in the race, so.
No practice, no qualifying. Competition caution comes right around lap 20. That's still scheduled, even though we had the early.
Oh, there's a competition caution. I didn't even know that.
10, 12 laps. We'll see a caution, and likely everybody will come down and get a set of tires.
And it's such a shame for Parker Retzlaff, that Viking Motorsports team. They've had such a great start to the season, doing really big things. That new RCR Alliance got a shout out for Denny Hamlin. Right, actually detrimental this week about how well he's doing. So just not the race they were looking for with so much confidence, that race team.
Well, both he and Carson come in top 10 in points. Carson eligible for the Dash for Cash. So two really good players with a lot on the line that are done early. And Sam Mayer, qualified 19, drives around William Byron for 7, 41. It's got it wound up.
Yeah, and the other guy that we were just riding on board with, Brandon Jones, three-time winner here at Kansas Speedway. We saw he started 15th, has worked his way up into the top 5 already, just 10 laps in.
Good night to be driving for the Haas Factory team. We look at our Powerball power movers. We mentioned Mayer plus 12. Creed, his teammate, plus 16 after dropping to the rear. They had those inspection issues. The O'Reilly Auto Parts onboard camera, O'Reilly Auto Parts, I'll say it correctly here, really got some speed in the early going, riding with Creed.
Yeah, and the caution coming out right away gave Sheldon a couple opportunities at restarts, and that's when you're going to make the most hay, especially starting in the very back of the field. He probably threw it up on the top, went on the bottom.
Oh man, Sheldon's up to 20th. He had to start in the back.
Speed built into it. As you see Brandon Jones with the Toyota Racing onboard camera right here. He loves this racetrack and is able to find grip. You see C running that top. He wasn't able to get the momentum he needed on the exit. Going to go back and
Start trying to go to the top.
Start trying to work this a little bit higher.
Look at
the
what he's about to have here. If this works out correctly, he might get right to that rear bumper and see down the straightaway. You just see the difference you have using the extra banking that's up towards the top. Remember, it's a progressive banked racetrack. It just has a grip. It's a longer distance, but when it works, you have a tremendous amount of momentum.
And what he'll do here, you see, he tries to turn down. Sieg not able to find the speed he needs. It's a little tight right there on exit. Brandon's now going to have been cleared. He'll go back and run whatever line he wants down here in 3 and 4. Looks like he likes the middle maybe a little bit better. There's a lot of throttle right there. You heard him roll out and roll right back into a massive level of speeds here in Kansas Speedway. You see exit in the corner, 175 miles per hour.
And a lot of that temperatures are just a tremendous amount of grip that we're not used to having here in Kansas, especially these O'Reilly Series cars. That's why you're in the throttle as much as they are. There is a lot of tire fall off here. Last year was about a second in 10 laps. I expect that to be similar here today, but definitely a lot of grip in this racetrack.
Sheldon Creed up to 17th. Also see the 0 Cole Custer driving through the field. 24 Harrison Burton there. 4 career victories, 2 have come on 1.5-mile tracks. And the driver that was so slow out of the gates for Sam Hunt Racing in 2026 has been top 20 the last couple of weeks. Anthony Alfredo in that mix as well. Second driver for Viking Motorsports. His teammate is out. We heard from Parker Retzlaff, but the 96 trying to do something early. He's back in 21st.
Yeah, and the other driver there, Cole Custer, we heard maybe some power steering issues. He came back down pit road, had to start in the back. But the car seems to be good right now for Cole. We see a battle for third.
Battle for third here, Brandon Jones and Taylor Gray.
This place has been all about Joe Gibbs Racing. Teammates going at it here. Jones around Taylor Gray. Mentioned the success for Jones, but overall...
So we do have the competition caution coming up here at lap 20 pretty soon here.
For Joe Gibbs Racing at Kansas Speedway. And given
there was no practice or qualifying yesterday because of the rain.
Here in Kansas, reigning champ up to 5th as he sneaks to the inside of Ryan Sieg.
That was Parker's pick for the race. He felt pretty good.
As soon as I said he's up to 5th, that chest went out over there on the other side of the booth.
Well, I hate to burst Parker's bubble, but Carlos pick and my pick are both in front of his pick right now.
So time, it's early. There was no qualifying, all right?
I picked Corey Day.
You did good pick.
But actually, to that point, when there isn't qualifying, you know, that's what's also interesting about these races. You just jump into it because it's kind of jumbled up a little bit, right? You don't have the natural cadence of who was fast in practice, then qualifying well. You have cars higher up the field than they probably have naturally speed-wise, and so you get a lot of interchange here in these first few laps. Ooh, Jeremy Clements got very loose.
Jeremy Clements off to a good start. Up in the 12th position, 15th last week, and I hesitate to say too much about him because I talked him up at Rockingham and then he went for a ride?
Oh, no.
How close to the wall can you get?
That's fine. You can do that all race long. Yeah, Corey, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
It's not hitting the wall. It's just a little kiss.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You know, when I think about Corey Day, though, the one thing we've talked about so much is his ability to learn stage 1 and stage 2 in these races. He's not learning anymore. He's going out leading laps now, won both stages at Rockingham, but he's got his hands full right now, and he's racing one of the best in Justin Allgaier.
Well, as I say, you better talk about Corey Day quick,
yeah,
because my pick to win is all over him.
Larson and Day still racing back and forth.
Racetracks.
Pretty close right here.
Junior Motorsports has been good here.
We're sorry, Allgaier and Day.
The last 2 laps to Corey Day, he'll now have to try to set him up. See if he can get by.
We are on lap 20 now, assuming they're probably going to let everybody pass through and complete, or at least start lap 20 before they call the competition caution.
A couple of his passes, but at the front of the field with Corey Day having that clean air, it's going to take a monster run for Allgaier, and then you're going to have to side draft and sort of shortcut the track and use some of that slide job we see if you're going to get ahead of Corey, because this is a hard pass to make where Corey's run the outside so well.
Well, and if you watch, Corey's actually turning down off the wall about halfway around the corner. I saw him do the same thing in turns 1 and 2. It tells me that car's probably not turning good enough on exit. The balance may be just a little tight, because ideally the quickest line around here is enter really high, like you see him right here, and then ride the wall almost all the way around the corner. You can venture off just a little bit, but as you see the 7 get that little bit of a run,
there we go.
through the middle.
And there's the competition caution.
It's coming. You want to hang on. We're going to get the comp caution, and you want to be in control of this race. So the wheel and caution lights are on for a second time.
That was about an 8-minute, 18-second green flag run there. Bring out the competition yellow.
Because we didn't have practice in qualifying yesterday, want to give everybody a chance to reset here, come down and get a set of tires. Now here's the deal. Because there was no practice, you have an extra set. NASCAR allows all these teams to carry that set. Basically the set you'll put on here, and then you'll have 4 sets of stickers, tires laying in the pit area for the balance of the race. You know, if there's anyone who knows the value of a good crew, it's the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's why they want to put the spotlight on the pit crew members that are essential to a race team's success. And tonight we highlight the 20 team for Brandon Jones and Joe Gibbs Racing, led by crew chief Sam McCauley. They've been outstanding this year. And I would go back to this race in the fall. I mean, he was incredible in that particular event, winning the race off pit road. He was great through a green flag cycle. But if you go back to the last few weeks and look at their execution, in 3 of the last 4 races...
Carson Quapple's number 20th on trending right now in the U.S.
Started at the end of last year as well. This was one of the fastest pit crews on pit road in the O'Reilly Series, and that is such an advantage when you have that in your back pocket. A great pit crew who's super fast, but also is consistently doing that. It's such an amazing feeling to have that.
NBA playoffs update. The Cavs beat the Raptors in Game 1 of Round 1, 126-113 in Cleveland. The Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 116-105 in Denver. And the Knicks are leading the Hawks 64-58 right now, 9:57 left in the third quarter.
Safety vehicles here at the track are protecting first responders and communities all across America. Drift back through the top 10, mentioned the fact that Jesse Love was able to get up inside the top 5. Sam Mayer on the move up to 7th. William Byron started on the front row, has fallen back to 8th, but a little damage on the right front when he got into Carson Quapple. Don't know what that could do to upset the aerodynamics of that car. Now look at Brent Cruz. You know, here's a driver that had never been to a...
Holy shit, we might actually get some rain.
You get 20 laps, you get a reset here, and he's running 9. Just a real positive start, I would say, for him to start understanding what aero is all about at an intermediate.
So impressive, and to think he's never been on a track of this size, not in ARCA, not in trucks, not in the O'Reilly Series.
Hope
this
not.
Is such a different form of racing, these mile and a half, in terms of how much aero and how much aero effects there are and how much you have to learn, and drivers spend careers trying to understand the aero effects of these cars and where to place them. And he had just a handful of laps to figure that out and did a great job.
And I saw a lot of maturity out of Brent Cruz at the start.
Is that breaking news? No, I just checked my weather app and it said that there might be some rain around 8:25.
He somewhat babied it in there to make sure.
But hopefully it just dissipates and doesn't actually
didn't overdrive it, and I think that shows a lot of maturity.
No denying his talent. but he's also.
So everybody's coming to pit road here.
Use the word maturity. Just turned 18 last month, but showing off what a smart guy he is and his ability to adapt on the fly. Progressive pit road is open. Here they are, Dylan.
First one to hit his marks is Justin Allgaier, top of the screen. Said the balance was pretty good. Told Andrew Overstreet, I don't know what I want you to change. They'll make a small air pressure adjustment just to keep up with the fall off and the cool conditions, Kim.
See Brandon Jones stopped in his box, the middle of your screen. He said, I kept building tight center exit. He said, but I love my entry, so don't hurt that. They'll take tires, fuel, slight air pressure adjustment. Corey Day there at the bottom, fighting tight off. He said, I definitely need more turn, but he said, I was beating my stuff up there running the top. I definitely need to make it live longer.
And now the Progressive race off pit road. And look at that. I mean, Brandon Jones just right on cue. +2. Day goes to second. Allgaier lost a couple of spots. And Brett Cruz maintains on track. And the pit crew gets him 4 positions on the pit lane. So Brandon Jones, last year's winner, going to be in charge of the field when we get the restart. And this move was key, winning the race off pit road to get ahead of the curve here in Kansas.
Men, get ahead of your curve. Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
I'm a star of your team. Check out my game day drift. It's custom. Forget the game.
It doesn't look like it would last that long, but hopefully it passes.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, you'll be paying for that yourself. So switch to Allstate. You can save hundreds. That's cold. My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
And now, I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Eagle, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Look at this. Endless big butterfly shrimp for us, endless steak for them.
Oh, did you know that buffet is French for happy moment?
I take German.
Well, amigo, you just got schooled in buffet-onomics. You and a lady.
Christopher David Bell, he's 4 years old.
Bell has driven to victory. That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
Test your luck and make your power play by heading to your local lottery retailer to get in the game for tonight's estimated Powerball jackpot of $75 million. And now we listen to Jeb Burton Radio. It's presented by Stark. You scan the QR code now.
Weather in there, looks like it's getting dark. Yeah, not supposed to be, but I see it also full.
It's the Midwest. Don't worry about it, Jeff.
This is McMurray country. Please explain it to us.
It always looks like that. It's just a little. Don't worry about that.
There's a little evidence here.
Yeah, I feel good about it. It's not here yet. We're going to be fine.
But that's going to break up.
Yeah, it's going to break up.
But, you know, McMurray and I know.
Hopefully.
I mean, we grew up in the Midwest. When you grow up in a small town in Indiana or Missouri, and there's a thunderstorm coming, you just go sit on your porch and look out to the west and watch it develop. Right?
Yeah, a little green spot.
Couple of penalties here. 45 LeVar Scott.
It does look like it's getting darker, so that's why I looked in the first place.
Go to the rear for the restart.
Got a new player in the front. Brandon Jones. Going to be fun to see what he's able to do. And Parker, we noticed, if you pay attention to the racetrack right here, look how clean it is on the bottom and all the rubber you see around the top. Bottom's going to have a ton of grip right here on this restart. And he chose the outside.
No, he is not. I don't know where you got that from.
Hey, so let's see. Corey Day gives up the front row to restart. And the
Green flags back in the air at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. About 18 laps to go on the stage.
See if he can stay beside Brandon Jones.
Day wants a repeat at the start of the race when he goes to the outside and gets the lead, but it's going to be Brandon Jones in charge.
Look at Allgaier. Had a really good run on the bottom. We'll see what he decides to do. See him fan it out. Allgaier able to sail off in there.
We're looking at 3 wide here. Austin Hill driving between the 2 teenagers from Joe Gibbs Racing. Look at Brent Cruz. I mean, he had the great pit stop. Good on the
Brent Cruz, man. That kid's gonna be something. I'm not old enough yet to where I can call adults kids.
Look at this racetrack. This is why we love coming here. Look at all the options these guys have. 3, 4 wide. Lots of grip all across this track.
And that was a great lesson there for Brent Cruz. He had a bit of momentum. He shot to the inside. That almost didn't work for him. He almost allowed Austin Hill to get to his right rear, which would have sent him backwards. He was able to fend him off, but probably something to put in the notebook that you don't always want to take that run the inside.
2 RCR car together right there. Austin Hill in the 21.
Well, when Sawalich got up, it felt really tight behind Austin Hill. It worked, but that made me nervous. And Jesse Love winds it up outside.
See a few of these guys committed to the bottom at 17 and Corey Day, though. I saw through turns 1 and 2. Committed to run at the top. You see Allgaier now venturing up there. Hasn't quite transitioned yet. We see about a second of lap time fall off from start of the run through 10 laps in. The more these lap times fall off, the more you'll see guys start to trend towards the top.
And it goes back to the rubber you pointed out before the restart there. Once the rubber starts to lay down again on that bottom groove and the middle groove, it'll just navigate you towards the top of the racetrack to try to get away from that rubber.
It's been a long first stage with that red flag and that competition caution.
Not going to quite be able to clear, is he? No, not able to clear Justin Allgaier. So now it's going to be a side draft fest down the front stretch.
Yeah, these guys are slowing each other down. You know, Adam, you mentioned that stat of how many races Gibbs had won here. I think 14 and 19. 2 Gibbs cars out front right now. Brandon Jones, Taylor Gray. 1 to 2 tenths quicker than these guys running side by side.
Oh, way up next to the wall.
And he slides it out there. Maybe another kiss for the 17. Allgaier back by for 3rd. Here comes Brent Cruz. As those 2 were messing around, Cruz said, okay, I'll come up and join the party.
Yeah, that pass is so hard to make. You saw the momentum that Corey Day had on the outside. And if you're Brent Cruz...
No wonder that Justin Allgaier is going to win the race.
17's been on the top.
I have William Byron winning.
In the middle, it's going to be really hard to get to his outside as we...
He's running in 11th, though. Or actually, no, he's running in 20th.
Kiss number 2 for today.
So, don't know what happened there.
The dust was flying out there, that's for sure.
You know, maybe he got some damage with the quaffle wreck.
Punched the throttle there through the center of the corner, just trying to clear the 7, and it worked. But the way turn 2 works in Kansas, it sort of condenses off the corner, gets shorter in radius, and so you have to get the car to turn even extra, and he didn't quite have the racetrack.
13 laps to go in the opening stage. Jones leading Gray, Allgaier, Day, and Brent Cruz at Kansas.
Christopher David Bell, he's 4 years old. What have you started?
Oh, Christopher Bell is taking the lead. What a finish! He's done it again! Bell has driven to victory again. How about that?
That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
ACE's Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. Plus, right now, get a $25 bonus reward by spending $150 or more on qualifying Scott's products.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Spring outfit's so good. My family was on time for one. I'm still recovering.
Kohl's styles make spring a breeze. Start your outfits with the season's best shoe sale. Then complete the look with 15% off at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze Bathroom. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after every flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing. La, 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 la.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your
Who
way.
won the race last week?
Your way to Tahini.
The O'Reilly race was won by fucking Connor Zilish. The truck race was won by Christopher Bell, and the cup race was won by Ty Gibbs.
In here we're balling.
It's actually fire.
What is?
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fireballing.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want. Any way I want.
Any way you want it. It's the way you need it. Any way you want
I can schedule a chip fix while I get my hair clipped? Yep, they can fix my glass while we fish for bass.
If you want.
They can recalibrate my safety features.
Brandon Jones is the leader right now.
Comfy pants?
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Oh, around goes Austin Hill!
Safelight.com.
Caution is out. Oh! William Sawallish gets into him.
Jesse, remember Danny?
Hey,
Caution is out on lap 38.
nice fit, bro.
Don't know if we'll go back green this stage.
Here we go. How are you doing that?
That's about a 5-minute and 55-second green flag run right there.
4 parks. One vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
If we do go back green this stage, it'll be a short run.
Of the night, teammates racing for position. Jesse Love, Austin Hill, 21. Goes
Shootout.
for a slide. 18 of William Sawallish, nowhere to go. This happened with guys racing inside the top 10.
There's the two RCR teammates. Is probably going to lead to a pretty tense Monday morning meeting there at RCR because they're racing pretty hard, but Jesse Love, I believe, was squeezing Austin pretty closely, which is you try to take that right side air off the inside car. So they go off here into 3 and 4. It's not there, but I believe Jesse starts to get a little lower. Not quite. Right
He
there.
does right here.
A little bit. That's what I thought I saw. So yeah, he gets down on his right rear and loosens up Austin.
Then Austin was going to be okay, and then Swallish came through there, got him in the left rear tire. You see the damage it did to the 18. Austin starts to chase that just a little bit as Jesse's getting right on his door. I think I'm going to agree with you.
It's going to be a tense meeting.
That meeting is going to be, why are we doing this 38 laps in?
Think about this, though. I mean, we're still stage 1. We've had 4 drivers that entered top 10 in points.
This first stage is taking a while.
Waffle done for the night. And you think about Austin Hill, this is one of
This
the
first stage is taking 45 minutes.
needed to get things going in the right
It's not even over
direction.
yet.
Now this.
And for William Sawallish, you have a choice to make when you see cars spinning, which is go to the bottom or the top. Made the wrong choice here in terms of going to the bottom.
But Sam Mayer, I mean, watch Mayer. As all this happens, he's able to drive around the outside, and it works out for him.
And one more thing there for Austin Hill, you see his left sides were on the white line, almost the splitter touches the apron a little bit, and that causes the car to de-wedge and get a little bit looser, but it really was when Jesse got to his right rear, took that air off of him, trying to keep the position.
So I think we will go back green. It'll probably just be like a 2 or 3 lap shootout.
Yeah, and when the 18 hit Austin Hill, you saw the left rear tire get shoved in and spin all that rear suspension. You see that tire sticking out of the right rear.
Got 6 to go on the stage right now.
Really hard to fix. Let's hear what Austin Hill thought about the situation.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I'll remember that.
Oof.
We're done. Something's broken the left rear.
Yeah, well, when you watch it on TV, you're going to see the same that we did. It looked like you got pitched down a little bit, and it makes it even harder when it is your teammate, especially, Parker, when you come to a track that's as wide as this. A lot of options there.
And there's etiquette to it, right? Amongst us drivers, we all know there's that option to do what Jesse did, which is to get right on the right rear of another driver, take that air off of their spoiler and off the right side, and they'll get looser, and you can usually keep the position. But when you're racing your teammates, it's early in the race. There's almost an etiquette to say, hey, I'm not going to be that aggressive right now. We're just figuring our stuff out. It's still early. But that's why, when he references, I'll remember that. That's a move that you think, hey, that was probably too much.
Well, and your teammate, through my years in racing, your teammate was either the easiest guy for you to race or the hardest. And with these two guys, there's no give. You see,
look at this. Pit road's open.
Pit road is open here.
Teams would manage this. And, boy, a good number of cars inside the top 10, a few of them anyway, going to come down, including Jesse Love in it, too. Here's Dylan.
And they, on the first run, were tight mid-center, so Danny Stockman took a round out of the left rear and made an air pressure adjustment just to try to stay ahead of things. That was a positive change. Jesse came on the radio and said the car's better. Just right sides there for the two as he tries to merge back into traffic.
All right, so you see him coming off the pit lane there, and Dylan referenced the service. I think it was 2 cars that were inside the top 10 that gave up position to make a pit stop. We'll follow up on where everyone is for the restart to end stage 1. First, let's go to the CW garage and Carla.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, it's been quite the week for the 21 and quite the season so far as they're trying to find some consistency. Austin Hill told me they came into this race trying to look for consistency, trying to find anything. He said, look, it's not a lack of effort by my team. We're trying to find anything that we can to really find something here with this 21 team. Of course, they're not going to get that done today. Currently 6th in the chase standings right now. He said that was kind of a negative, especially because they led in the early weeks of the race, but said, you know, we're not quite where we want to be. They're going to be losing some ground on the chase standings today.
Yeah, no doubt, adverse times. I mean, you look at the last 4 races, one RCR car finished inside.
Sucks for William Sawalich, too.
You know, Jesse Love, who came down here and made the pit stop, has not been in the top 10 since he had that comeback at Las Vegas, our last mile-and-a-half race. By the way, we did confirm. I saw Alfredo come down. I thought he had snuck into the top 10. He had not. So the only driver that was actually in the top 10 to give up position and come down and get service was Jesse Love.
Be a long rest of the race for the 18 as well.
All right, so it's going to be a 3-lap shootout to end stage 1.
What a crazy start to this race. We knew no practice, no qualifying, cold temps, heading into the nighttime for the first time in a long time at this racetrack.
Do the choose here with 4 to go in the stage. So you'll get the restart with 3. Well executed by NASCAR to get everything where it needed to be. Open the pit lane, get a little restart, and run the green and white checkered flag to end stage 1.
Yeah, and you see Brandon Jones chose the outside again. These are some of the most challenging restarts these drivers are going to have with the older tires. Kansas, it's a great surface because it wears tires out, but just trying to get the momentum going on the restart, it's so hard. We see so many people spin the tires here, and you have to be very disciplined as a driver to get that momentum and not have wheel spin.
And if you're further back in the top 10 and outside the top 10, you got to be
Yeah, those clouds don't look friendly.
in terms of checkups, because when guys start spinning tires, there's awkward checkups and the accordion effect, and you can smash up the front of a race car really easily.
Look who's back there in row 4, Sheldon Creed. Starts in the back, had the inspection. They've been helped with some attrition, but he's driven his way into the top 10 and in position to get stage points. Really was outstanding in the stage point category last Saturday night in Bristol, Tennessee.
Well, he's been as consistent as the 17.
Austin Hill is done for the night.
Those guys, top 5, top 10 every single week on the 00.
Incredible start to the year for both those drivers.
All right, so going to be 3 laps to go in the stage. Like I said, it's been a long opening stage, 51 minutes now.
Allgaier and Day, row 2. 3 laps to settle it in stage 1. Here they come to the Poet restart.
And green flag's back in the air. Got 3 laps to go on the stage.
Good start by both of those guys, both Greg and Brandon Jones. You see them getting locked together.
Great job on the whole field there. No real checkups or spinning the tires. You see some of those newer tires like Jesse Love making big moves towards the back there.
Brandon Jones pulls away with the lead here.
Brandon Jones so fast through the middle of turns 1 and 2, was able to get
Taylor Bryce slots in at second. Well, here comes Corey Day.
Look at that, a little further back, you see him 4 wide.
Big wiggle for Corey Day there in the bottom. Just got up to the left rear.
No, 3 there.
3 races for second, right down the boulevard. Justin Allgaier between Day and Gray going for second.
Allgaier in a great position right here. You can see that 17 all yawed out on the bottom of Corey Day.
And Corey Day now in at second.
Deja vu for Corey Day. Justin Allgaier once again down the
2 to go. Coming to the final lap of the stage.
A lot cleaner this time. Got away with it. big wiggle there for Taylor Gray.
Hey, Love got those tires, got 2 tires, and driving through the field, you wonder, could he take the other 2 when they pit at the end of the stage and help their track position to begin stage number 2? Either
Final lap of the stage here.
Get some stage points. Alfredo made a pit stop. He too is driving through the field, riding with Sheldon Creed, who's 7th on the board.
He did put those tires on, guys, but the net gain is not going to be that much. He was 5th or 6th just before that. So he's going to be 3rd or 4th, maybe 3rd at best right here.
Brandon Jones leading laps here at Kansas for the 5th consecutive race.
And Brandon Jones is going to win the stage here at Kansas Speedway.
And the victory in stage number 1. Day was
So about a minute and 33-second green flag run there.
5 in every stage this year but 1. And he stays perfect when it comes to scoring stage points. Love.
I'm going to go outside and smoke. I'll be back for the start of stage 2.
Fresh tires. It was an eventful stage 1 in Kansas, and the winner is Brandon Jones.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
When COPD tried to stop you, you kept going. Breztri, a 3-in-1 inhaler. Better breathing starting within 5 minutes and helps prevent flare-ups. Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Breztri.
It does not get much bigger than Talladega.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, next Saturday at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific.
Look at the possibilities, because the day can take you anywhere. So can this rugged, powerful SUV. A 4x4 with the tech and muscle to go over any terrain. The Ford Bronco Sport. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Right now, trade-in customers and current lessees can lease a Bronco Sport for just $229 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Here at Stanley Law Offices, our approach is a little bit different than other law firms. Immediately when you call our firm, we're on it. The paralegal reviews the case with an attorney, we review the case, and then we see right then and there if this is something we can help you with or not.
Each case is different, so it's important to understand the nuances. Each person is different, and they require different needs, so it's important to evaluate what those needs are, see if the client has any questions or concerns to ensure that they are addressed in a timely and efficient manner. Stanley Law, the maximum award.
Spring is here, and so is the biggest one-day sale of the season. This Saturday, April 25th from 9 until 2, you're invited to our spring kickoff sale. Visit our showroom and explore the latest in windows, doors, roofing, siding, and bathroom remodeling solutions, all in one place. Unbeatable one-day savings. Take 20% off your project plus same-day financing. Meet our designers, get inspired, and enjoy a VIP spring installation. Comfort's Spring Kickoff Sale. This Saturday, April 25th from 9 until 2. Don't miss it.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. And by Experian. Download the free app now. Stage one done in Kansas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. This stage break brought to you by Arby's. I'm really curious to see what happens here from a strategy perspective for the guys that made pit stops there. Jesse Love took 2. Do they come and get the other 2? For the drivers that came and got 4, do they stay out? Do they come and pit again and save those scuffs for later? I mean, there's a whole lot of questions to be answered here. What we do know is those drivers that finished at the front and have not yet pitted, they will come here to get 4 tires.
Yeah, and for those that may stay out from taking those 4 on that last caution before the stage end, you know, this could be the shortest run of the race in this next stage, essentially. So you have that, that's why they took that option most likely. So we'll see if they stick with that. You get the extra track position. You probably expect you'll lose some of those positions, but it could be a net gain.
The best of the drivers that pitted and took 4 tires there, Anthony Alfredo, who is 5th. So, if he stays out, because we anticipate Love, who came and got the 2 tires, is going to come back and get the left sides after taking the rights. Anthony Alfredo could be the guy in charge when we get going in stage 2. We'll see what they all do here, though. Progressive pit road is open. Alfredo does stay out. Jones and others making pit stops, Dylan.
And Allgaier has fired off tight both of the last couple of runs and said that as he does continue to get tight, the more rear lateral he loses, so they'll go up around on the track bar, 4 tires and fuel for the 7.
For Brandon Jones, that bright yellow 20 car, he said overall neutral, but they chatted the tires and got tight with that refire. No major adjustments. They'll take tires, but fuel in that machine. You see Corey Day, bottom of your screen, he said it feels fine. Maybe just a little dirty air is causing a slight handling issue. We'll take a chassis adjustment you see right there, as well as air pressure on the 17.
Jesse Love wins the race off Progressive Pit Road because they only took 2 tires here after taking 2 at lap 40. So he goes +3. That's the good news. The bad news is those drivers that pitted with him at lap 40 and got 4 tires stay out here flipping the stage. He'll be behind them on the restart. 9 cars in all stay out, and they had all taken 4 tires at lap 40. Look at this tight coming off the pit lane at Kansas.
With our heart disease and diabetes, our high LDL-C means a heart attack's a real risk. We should ask about Repatha.
You're right.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Ask about Repatha.
At Credit One Bank, we believe anything's possible.
I'm on Mars! It's freezing. I'm gonna go back to the module.
But leading your team to the championship? Unlikely.
Okay, that's my personal space.
Landing a checkmate against the supercomputer?
I won?
You can try.
I won!
The award goes to Greg.
Some things are out of reach.
No one's gonna believe this. I got this.
But a card with access to exceptional benefits isn't one of them. Welcome to the Credit One Bank American Express Suite. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
What causes a current? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Tomorrow, there are tournaments, and then there's the Roth-Holman Doubles Championship. The best bowlers in the world team up for battle. 4 bowlers, 2 teams, with 1 title up for grabs.
Right.
This is the PDA.
I'm back.
Tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on the CW.
A network of 4,000 local journalists each weekday morning from the National News Desk.
Weekday mornings at 6 on CW6.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it.
Getting ready for the start of stage 2 here.
On the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get 0% financing for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or with our declaration
Yeah, so it's literally about to hit the track.
Lessees can lease the 2026
But it
Jeep
looks like it'll be
Ranger
short.
for $409 a month. See your Syracuse area Jeep brand dealer.
Spring is here, and so is the biggest one-day sale of the season. This Saturday, April 25th from 9 until 2, you're invited to our spring kickoff sale. Visit our showroom and explore the latest in windows, doors, roofing, siding, and bathroom remodeling solutions, all in one place. Unbeatable one-day savings. Take 20% off your project plus same-day financing. Meet our designers, get inspired, and enjoy a VIP spring installation. Comfort's Spring Kickoff Sale. This Saturday, April 25th from 9 until 2. Don't miss it.
Ryan Phelps Auto Sales in Rome is open, joining Auburn, Sodas, and Phoenix. Ryan Phelps started selling cars as a high school teacher 16 years ago, and the growth never stopped. Ryan's goal is to be the best to have really bad credit financing, but carry an A-plus reputation.
Just because your credit's bad doesn't mean you have to buy from some place like this. Ryan cares about its reputation, so it's certainly going to care about you.
Visit RyanPhelps.com and see why from Rochester to Utica, everyone's buying from Ryan.
Back at Kansas and awaiting the start of Stage 2, Austin Hill has been checked and released from the Infield Care Center. We heard the radio, said you'll remember that with the 2-car, but what are your thoughts on how you were raced and ultimately the end result?
Well, I didn't see the replay until just now, and I could only go off at the time what my spotter, Derek Nealon, was telling me. And, you know, at first he was like, all right, he's tight on your door, but you still have air. And then coming off the 4, watching the replay back, I mean, he just turned left and put it right on my door. I don't know anyone that can save a car when they don't have any air on their right rear. So these aren't cup cars. I'm not sure. You know, he was going to have the run down the front stretch anyways, being on the outside lane like he was. And we could have just raced it out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of dumbfounded a little bit with how that just all transpired. I mean, I thought we were racing each other really well. And it's a bummer for our Bennett Chevrolet because we've needed to bounce back. We've been so bad these last several weeks, and I thought Kansas was a place that we could go up there and run inside the top 5 and have a shot at the win, and it looked like it could have been that. We were probably 1 or 2 adjustments away of being really good. So just unfortunate, especially when you have a run-in with your teammate. Out of everybody on the racetrack, I would expect a little more room out of the 2-car than the rest of the field, but oh well, we'll go to Talladega, we'll work together as teammates, go try to win that one, and go from there. It's all good.
Thanks, Austin.
Well, we said it. I mean, your teammate's either the easiest guy to race or the hardest, and I agree 100% with what Austin Hill said there. I mean, Jesse needed to give him just a little bit more room. I thought etiquette was a great way of explaining that. If it was coming down to the last lap of a stage, if it was the last lap of the race, you expect that to happen, but 38 laps in, you expect.
All right, well, get ready to go back green.
Jesse would expect the same thing in return.
Lap 9 of the stage.
He's like, Jesse would have had the run anyway. Being on the outside, that's what made such a perplexing move, that he would get onto his door like that, and obviously it resulted in Austin spinning out.
Getting ready for the restart in Stage 2.
Those clouds do look dark as fuck.
Pitted at lap 40 and got 4 tires. They stayed out.
Back green.
Stage 1.
Stage 2's underway.
2 tires. He's restarting 9. Brandon Jones.
Oh, William Sawalich really slow at the back.
And they were dancing through the pole restart.
I'm seeing some raindrops.
Lane there was like Alfredo didn't quite get going when everyone expected it. Harrison Burton had a big chunk of it, and accordion through the whole backside of the field. We saw cars getting out of line, somehow all got away with it.
Yeah, and I want you to pay attention. If you see a race for the lead right here on the front, but if you watch back 8 or 10 cars, these guys that have tires, the difference in speed, not just of those cars, but also with a little bit fresher tires, these guys will be going as wide as they can. William Byron.
There goes William Byron. Oh, why aren't we going back green?
Hanging tough in that inside lane. Alfredo trying to get the race lead. Brandon Jones on 4 fresh tires has led the most laps tonight. Couple of laps into the stage under green. Here comes the 20. He is strong. Going to second. He'll probably have the lead by the time we get to the start-finish line.
Yeah, and the strategy of the 88, they wanted to get out in front, maybe build a 1 or 2 second lead, but you see right now, fastest car on the track, Brandon Jones, right behind him with better tires.
I'm seeing some raindrops, so
probably
going to see a caution.
I'm glad they didn't bet the over-under.
Mainly on the front stretch.
Looking for the top spot, going after 2017 champion William Byron.
And the right side of your screen is 3 wide, 2 rows there for 1 second. Just a gaggle of cars all going.
Battle for the lead here. William Byron and Brandon Jones, side by side.
Brandon Jones down the inside. I meant the
line. Brandon Jones back in the race lead and in control, maybe. Boy, I'll tell you, Byron not giving it up in the 88.
Yeah, Jones has the better tires, has the grip, finally is able to clear him right here. Byron fought back hard on the outside being the preferred groove at this track so far throughout this race. Gosh, listen to the throttle again of that 20 car Brandon Jones. You hear him just a little lift on entry and then able to roll right.
Actually, looks like the skies are clearing up, but
Doesn't even sound like Kansas to me. Every time we come here, usually in the fall, September-ish, it can be so hot and slick. As we look back here, this was Harrison Burton getting really sideways. 17 and Corey Day just in his left rear a little bit. This was all these cars we saw that were three abreast for a while. Multiple corners.
Jesse Love, those two tires that he came down and got, that call may end up being really positive for them as he works his way to third around Alfredo.
I think you're a great play-by-play, but your crew chiefing skills, the fact that you called that and said they were going to come back and get the lefts, and that's what happened, that might be the highlight of my race so far.
I was channeling my inner Danny Downforce. It's time to go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Turn it up.
Jeez, that looks scary.
You got a Jokic Racing Toyota out front, and you got another joining the highlight reel, almost sideways there. In fact, he was sideways talking about the 19 of Brent Cruz.
So everything we described about what happened to Austin Hill and Jesse Love, you just watched him learn that in real time when they take the air off your right rear. What happens? He got loose off of four, gathered up perfectly. It's all part of the learning at mile and a half. This highly aero-intensive racing that you're just constantly trying to evaluate your aero position in relation to other cars. You see here, not quite losing off the right rear, but as he has to pinch off the corner there as Corey Day is coming down, it just makes the right rear kick out.
Well, and he kind of had a double whammy. He had one on his outside, then also one right up behind him. It's a terrible position to be put in, and you just got to have your guard up in that position.
Brandon Jones has led 31 laps tonight. His advantage right now, almost a full second over second place William Byron. Here's 20 radio.
How's the wind gust right here? Stronger than it's been. Bill, come all the way to the corner. It feels like we're a little insecure all the way through.
Hear him talking about the wind. Thing that anytime I see it onboard, I watch the steering wheel. You see him take a little peek in the rearview mirror, and if you watch him turn into the corner, there's no counter steer to the right. He roll out of the throttle. He's rolling back into the throttle right now. He's just feeling.
Seeing a few sprinkles now.
He's turning really well. It's not too loose. It's not tight because he's not having to roll out of the throttle on exit. He looks very relaxed inside of the car. So we get a little bit of a look here at the flag. Typically a flag blows in that direction, makes you loose into turn 3. Kim, do you have more?
Oh, trouble.
And now the wheel and caution lights are on. We'll get with Kim in a moment.
The 96 is in the car, or in the wall. Anthony Alfredo in the wall.
Into the wall.
And it looked like he has right front down there. This happened down the front stretch. Not sure what maybe precipitated before I saw him get the outside wall on the front
So
stretch.
5-minute, 39-second green flag run.
Made that strategy call back to the green to begin stage 2. Tough night for Viking. Second lap of the race, Parker Retzlaff caught up, got damaged, and Alfredo, who was trying to make something happen, a tire issue, and he goes into the wall.
You see it go down right there. All the debris fly out on the front stretch. Worst, one of the worst spots for the right front to go down through the tri-oval right there. There was about a lap prior, the 87 car had some smoke. Austin Green, he got to pit lane. I don't know, maybe there was debris on the track or something he could have hit there. I think the 87 was maybe blowing up and had an engine issue, so possibly something that Alfredo ran over, just in the way that tire just went on him down the front stretch. Here you see the 87 Austin Green on pit road. That happened just about a lap prior, where the 87 had some smoke coming out of the rear. So just really unfortunate for Anthony Alfredo. It seems like he's had so much speed this year, but they can't seem to catch a break in this 96 car in terms of getting results.
Well, and I looked at the updated standings as we were racing on track. The other drivers who had issues tonight, he had worked his way up 13th, 14th, right in that area just outside that chase cutoff line, and I felt like maybe tonight is the night they're on the other side of the bad luck, and maybe they get themselves right back in the game. And unfortunately, they have an issue, and now Austin Green, whose dad David won here in 2003, has climbed from his race
Austin
car
Green is done for the night.
So it was a gear issue. We're getting a report for Austin Green in the 87. The tire for the 96 also saw Blake Lothian of the 35 off the pace. He was having a brake problem.
Well, if he had a brake
That could be the issue.
exactly what the issue with Anthony Alfredo. That'll cut a tire down to me, especially if they're hot. That's so unfortunate, Parker. You mentioned that. You see the damage.
Again, this is the worst case scenario. You get back out there, and then the fender
You put under pace and get back to the apron.
other suspension bits might be rubbing against that tire. Now you blow out another one. That just compounds the issue.
The Whelen caution lights are on. What you're seeing on the track right now is the same Whelen emergency warning technology used by police, fire, and EMS vehicles across America. Trusted every day to protect those who protect us. You know, the caution here comes out at an interesting
A little bit
time.
more if you need to.
25 laps to go in the stage. I'm guessing, given where we're at with tires, everybody hangs here and doesn't make a pit stop. We'll follow up with all that.
You're the crew chief.
Yeah. Underway at Kansas, midway through stage number 2, Brandon Jones has been outstanding so far. He leads right now.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Look at Amy, working hard now so that future Amy can buy her very own boat.
Wait, sorry, the boat's great, but am I wearing culottes?
Oh, you love your culottes.
It's a clock. What did I just say? Cheers a clock.
Ew. Here's to protecting your boat and RV 24/7 as part of your home and auto bundle.
So I like hang out with my insurance guy?
Oh, yeah. You two have a podcast and everything.
Awesome.
Out there, one plate. In here as many plates as you want. Plates and plates and plates and plates and plates and plates of protein. Out there, teeny tiny shrimp.
But in here, big butterfly shrimp.
In here, you have a choice. Out there,
Yeah, I think the race passed. I don't think that'll be an issue though.
This cramped.
Just saw a few sprinkles. I think it's done. I hope it's done.
Feel like this. The Skechers
Hope it doesn't
slip-ins,
stop the
just
race.
step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to SafeLight.com today.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Christopher David Bell, he's 4 years old.
Bell has driven to victory. That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
Closed captioning for today's race brought to you by Tableau TV. Pay once, watch forever. And some kind of race this Saturday evening in Kansas City, Kansas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. The one thing that really has not caught us off guard, Brandon Jones out front. I mean, we referenced his success here tonight trying to match Kyle Busch for most wins all time at this track in this series. That would be 4, and we got a few takers coming down. A couple of guys that had good track position. Sam Mayer was 11th making a pit stop. Here's Kim.
Yeah, Sam Mayer saying we're just a little free overall. The higher we run, the freer we are. They were optimistic, though, about this race. This is their Vegas car. They had a great race in Vegas. In fact, they said this car's been great to us. So Sam Mayer taking service right now.
Takes on right side tires. And we're still cleaning up the racetrack, so we're going to step aside. 6 cars came down and made pit stops there. Going to be inside of 20 laps to go in stage 2 when we return to the green flag here in the Heartland.
To Haggerty, it's obvious. One of these cars is not like the others. It's harder to operate, but easier to enjoy. You use it less, but you love it more. And if something goes wrong, it's a lot harder to replace. It's not your everyday car, so don't pay more for everyday insurance. Pay a better price for better coverage from Haggerty. Quote today at Haggerty.com.
Can you hear it? Griddle season's on. National Griddle Week is here and you don't want to miss it. You'll love breakfast, lunch, and dinner all on a Blackstone. Cook anything, anytime, anywhere with America's best-selling griddle. Go to your nearest Blackstone retailer at blackstoneproducts.com and celebrate National Griddle Week with Blackstone.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down. Wanna be like us? You just stick around. If you want it, you gotta prove it.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to tahini?
When we started Allegiance, we were shocked to learn how many American flags are actually made overseas.
If there's one thing that deserves to be made here in America, it should start with the American flag. At Allegiance, we do it differently. Flags 100% made in America, by Americans, with American materials. Join our pledge to make the American flag truly American.
Visit showallegiance.com to get your high-quality American flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, get 20% off gallons of select Benjamin Moore interior paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware and fun.
Tonight's round 2 and the dash for cash in 2026. These 3 drivers in a good spot right now. Allgaier, who won it last week at Bristol. Creed inside the top 10 after starting in the back. Brent Cruz doing a nice job, eligible for the first time. He is 8th, making his first Kansas appearance. And now we get to our golden moment, brought to you by Golden Corral. And it features the other driver that came in looking for the $100,000 second lap of the race, and Carson Quaffle up and over.
Just a vicious, hellacious looking wreck. Tumbling down the back stretch. Car hits right here, and the suspension is compromised. Ends up on his lid, but most importantly, right there.
Safety crews did an outstanding job of executing the plan, getting that car turned over, and as you saw, Carson able to climb from his Chevrolet and walk away.
Look here, so you see Brandon Jones. William Byron took the outside. That gave Jesse Love the front row here on the restart.
You know, they played that strategy. Jeff Myers at lap 40, right side.
Yeah, so it looks like most scary clouds have passed us, and we should be good to go.
Track position. He's appeared to have a really good car, good history at this track. Anxious to see what he can do with Brandon Jones in the front row.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with Byron on those 9-lap Boulder tires. He's able to hang on really well. But what I want you to watch on this restart is if Brandon Jones can remain side by side with Jesse Love, when they get to the middle of turns 1 and 2, watch at the speed of Brandon Jones to the middle of the corner. That's where he's been so strong and been able to get the lead.
Restart with 19 laps to go in our second stage.
Green flags back in the air.
Already 41 laps out front for Brandon Jones tonight.
Saw Jesse Love kind of starting to move Jones up. Jones trying to move him down. Watch right here through the middle of 1 and 2, though. That 20 car so fast right through the middle, able to gas it up, clear him. Byron's going to have a run here. Does he do anything with it? He's going to get to the inside now of Love, heading down into turn 3 and trying to clear him.
Restarts in Kansas, the land of opportunity.
Byron sent it off in there and then slid up in front of Jesse Love. Is able to maintain
Brandon
that
Jones
second
pulls away with the
position.
lead, though.
Jesse Love
He'll lead that lap.
You were hoping to clear Byron, most likely stay in front of him, but wasn't able to do that. Slotting back into third. It's just no gain, essentially, from the restart.
Brandon Jones has led 40 laps. That's the most laps. Corey Day's led 23.
Trying to make his way back up after losing track position in that cycle of stops, riding with Creed. A little shot to the tail side from Justin Allgaier. These drivers racing from 5th on back.
You heard the RPMs rise there just for a millisecond.
Hey, look right there, this group. Sammy Smith has worked his way to 4th very quietly. Started 14th, finished 4th in this race last fall. The 8 is a player right now, but under attack. Sheldon Creed continues his drive in front.
Corey Day committed to running that really high line through 1 and 2 and then turning down, trying to exit just a little bit straighter. You see Creed doing the exact opposite. He's committed to the bottom, trying to get to the inside of Sammy Smith, who you just referenced.
We haven't quite seen anyone actually run on the walls we've seen here in the past. I think the cooler temperatures maybe take away the advantage that would have if we get no longer run in stage 3. I expect it here as Sheldon ships it into 1.
You see Day? He's all over the place.
But I was going to say that if the outside running the wall does come in sort of on the longer run, take a look at Sheldon Creed. He'll most likely be the first one to try and do that because he's so good at running the wall.
Corey Day tried to get to the inside of Sammy Smith right there, but just doesn't have the grip. You see he's going to move up and block Allgaier now. He's lost his momentum. Going to go back to the top, trying to get some speed built up down the backstretch. Brandon Jones, meanwhile, is just checked out on these guys, running 2 to 3 tenths a lap quicker.
Brent Cruz making it 3 wide, driving up the middle. Got to give a pop to Dean Thompson.
3 wide this whole race.
Every time we say Brent Cruz, it's followed by 3 wide.
You know what? Dean Thompson having a good night in the 26. We talked about San Juan Racing and their struggles this year, but Dean has been really good at this track. Top 10 here last fall. Another 3 wide episode here. Gray, Day, and Allgaier riding that outside lane.
Yeah, Justin was able to get to the outside of Corey Day on the exit of 4. Carry that momentum down the backstretch. Those two almost collide. They're on the exit of 2. Corey Day might have clipped the wall right here on the exit of turn 4, the lap before.
I mean, the third one in this race.
That was more than a kiss, just so we're clear. That was more of a little bit of contact. And then
here, just tries to slot behind the 7.
Big.
It looked right here.
Wow, that was impressive. Super loose on the exit.
You know, similar situation in how you come off that corner to what we saw from Quapple and Byron earlier in the race in terms of that the radius condenses of turn 2, and so it funnels cars right at the bottom and outside together. As you saw there, as Corey just trying to slot in behind the 7.
And Parker, you mentioned mentioned the top not coming in, but as I watch Brandon Jones, he's one of the only cars that can run that little bit higher line, does turn down a little bit on exit, but he's able to do that on both ends and carry good speed there. It's like these other guys, just the balance of their car isn't where they need to be to run that line.
And the guy we're on board with right now doesn't need it. He's absolutely flying around the bottom. Sheldon Creed, who's the second fastest car on the racetrack that last lap with a pass.
Well, I think he probably wants to be higher, but that's, he's having to try to pass Byron right now. The sun playing a huge role in this too. I don't know if you noticed that. In the middle of 3 and 4, these guys have clear visors on because we're going to end at night. So you got this transition.
Yeah, it's a rough transition. The sun right in your eyes.
Look at our Mobil 1 leaderboard. It'll be 10 laps to go, stage 2. Brandon Jones in charge. Closing on 50 laps led in this one, won the opening stage. William Byron, that contact early, was second, but he's going to lose that spot to Sheldon Creed, who comes through in the 0-0. 0-0 on those better tires, and that might be starting to show something late in the run as well. Love hanging in fourth, Sammy Smith in the top 5, and Rick Cruz gets a bit of it there. That 2 more than a kiss.
Ooh, that
right
was,
in front of Dean
that was a
Thompson.
pretty good hit right there. That could have done some damage to the rear suspension of that car. Did you see Creed's committed to the bottom? He actually got by Byron. I thought he would go and run the top immediately, but he likes the way that car feels. And as you listen to the throttle of this 0-0 car versus Brandon Jones, the top versus the bottom.
Well, right is on cue. He goes to the top.
There you go.
For you.
He's moving around trying to find the grip he wants. But when he's on the bottom, you hear him out of the throttle a lot more than what we saw from Brandon Jones. Let's see what he does down here in 3 and 4. It's to the bottom. He's going to kind of roll into the throttle. He's got some clean air right now. They're going to use more throttle than he did a few laps ago.
And he was 0.2 a lap faster than Brandon Jones on that last lap, and was the fastest car on that lap right here.
We're going to have a race here before long. See some of these guys. Tracks changing, who's making the right adjustments to their cars.
I mean, I just go to last year, and so many times we saw this at Las Vegas earlier this season on a 1.5 miles. You get a little bit amped up on who the best cars are, stage 1 and stage 2, but they're such short stints compared to what you see in the final stage of a 300-mile, 1.5 mile race. Last year, Jones came on in the final stage to win it, but he's been dominant stage 1 and stage 2 tonight.
We're going to go over our coverage time.
Seconds with 7 laps to go in our second run of the evening.
Well, our coverage time's till 10 p.m.
Jesse
So
Love able to get by to third.
honestly, probably not.
Big wiggle. Now throw some blocks there off of 2. Going by William Byron.
You know, the good thing for both those drivers, they're going to be level on tires in another 6 laps with everybody else. There was some strategy there at the end of stage 1, impacted what everybody had in stage 2, but everybody going to be back playing the same game when we wrap up this second stage.
And Jesse Love is going to love that because he's absolutely sliding all over the place as he's trying to hold off William Byron, who goes to the outside here. Can he get to his right rear? Not quite. But then you see the hands inside the race car there for Jesse Love. It's been the same story off of turn 4 and turn 2 on this lap, just sliding that right rear.
Well, you referenced earlier Creed being the fastest car on the track. Now, the fastest car on the track has been that 7 of Justin Allgaier behind. He's caught these guys, but they're running the line that he needs. Allgaier's car, though, if we get a long run, the 7 is really fast here.
4 champs in the field tonight, 3 of them right here. Love won it all last year, 2017. William Byron got it.
So Dasher Cash, Sheldon Creed's leading right now, the Dasher Cash. Justin Allgaier's in 5th. Brett Cruz is in 13th. And then, obviously, Carson Quapple out of the race, last place. After his crazy crash.
That's right, Adam. Let's get a Toyota driver update. Brandon Jones winning stage 1, trying to sweep the stages and win stage 2. And crew chief Sam McCauley said there was a concerted effort this year to get better early in the race, and that showed up. They've around double the stage points this year than they earned this time last year. Again, looking for the stage 2 win, but maybe a slight problem. Some debris on the grill. Listen to the in-car communication from Brandon.
Dawson Cram's doing pretty good for their equipment. He's running 23rd right now. So all the people who are out.
And that's the indication that
Figure I'll give him a shout out.
water temperature on the engine. They mentioned
Should do that more
260
often, just
'cause
shout
all
out
the
a
teams,
random driver.
Especially the different manufacturers have levels that they start to get more and more concerned. As Byron's having a bit of an issue there. 260 isn't quite there. Once you get above 270 for sure, an extended period of time that can do serious damage to the engine.
Now, the good news is, I mean, you got just a couple of laps to go in the stage. So,
Yes.
I mean, if you can withstand that, get back, wipe the debris off when you make your pit stop.
Byron, you saw him get super loose, gets up into the wall right there. Sammy Smith gets his inside. I don't know if he has a tire going down. It looked to me like he's had a soft tire as he drove in, but he's still able to maintain decent speed right here. Another Hinder car, Corey Day, I saw him around the bottom a second ago. Another one of those cars that looks really good on the long run if we get into this final stage. See what the 17 can do.
Harrison Burke, one of those drivers that made a pit stop when the caution came out at lap 68. He's worked his way up to 8th in the running order. Sam Mayer is 10th. He came down.
So
and got
final
2
lap of the
tires
stage.
in that cycle of stops. One of the numbers came down. Corey Day flirting with the wall again. Final lap, stage 2.
He's fun to watch.
Oh,
He's a wheel man. It's
unbelievable.
awesome. But I think anytime you put a camera on that car,
Final lap of stage 2 here.
Yeah, he does so well at these tracks where you have to move around. I feel like that fits kind of what he's grown up doing with the sprint cars and searching for grip. Never being content with what you have. See, Brandon Jones is going to get that off of his grill right here before he comes down.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Yeah, Brandon Jones wins stage 2 at Kansas. Wins both stages. Fuck Brandon Jones.
Only second time in his career he's done that. Did it in 2020. And Fontana, good race here for 5th in the stage. Day finishing in front of Sammy Smith. Creed got to second after starting.
So it's about a 10-minute and 36-second green flag run to end that stage.
In another stage. Love on those 2 tires finished 4th. Great city in our nation's heartland, Kansas City. We're racing on the Kansas side tonight, and it's been the Brandon Jones Show.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heel. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose, and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may appear when treated for sickness.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
Haven't you ever made a mistake you wanted to forget about?
What about you mentioned being married before?
Find out why he's really here.
The Davidson Red Tag event has officially returned. 5 stores, 1 month. Over 350 pre-owned vehicles tagged with our deepest discounts of the year. Hundreds of low-mileage SUVs, trucks, and sedans priced below J.D. Power retail value. Shop the savings at DavidsonFordClay.com.
In 1776, America made a promise. In 1941, we proved we meant it. That fighting spirit still lives on in the Jeep brand. Now, with the Jeep Declaration of Deals, get
how's everybody doing now?
for 60 months on select 2025 models, or we'll cover your sales tax.
Haven't had any
Plus,
chatters in a
monthly
while.
payments For 90 days. Jeep, there's only one.
Or with our declaration of deals, well-qualified current Jeep Wrangler or Grand Cherokee 4x lessees can lease
I gotta
your
sing a
2026 Jeep
song.
Wrangler 4S for $299 a month. See your Syracuse area.
I have a
Jeep
song to sing.
Introducing the
Chocolate starfish.
Steps that they need to take. Everybody working together as a team over time to understand what needs to be done so that we're all successful. Make sure that we cover everything.
The fuck up.
Standing off the maximum award.
The tickets at Red Tag event has officially returned. 5 stores, 1 month, over 350 pre-owned vehicles tagged with our deepest discounts of the year.
Here we go. The fucked up world in a fucked up place. Everybody's judged by their fucked up face, fucked up dreams, fucked up life. A fucked up kid with a fucked up knife. Fucked up moms and fucked up dads. A fucked up cop with a fucked up badge. Fucked up job with fucked up pay. Fucked up boss is a fucked up day. Fucked up press, fucked up lives. Losing the back of the fucked up eyes. Hey, it's on. Everybody knows that it's on. Hey, it's a shame that you can't say fuck. Fuck's just a word and it's all fucked up. Like a fucked up punk with a fucked up mouth. A 9-inch nail, get knocked the fuck out. Fucked up AIDS from fucked up sex. Fake ass titties with a fucked up chest. We're all fucked up, so what you gonna do? A fucked up me and a fucked up you. You wanna fuck me like an animal. You like to burn me like the inside. You like to think that I'm a perfect drug. Just know that nothing you do will bring you closer to me. Like a bitch, fucked up bitch, a fucked up sore with a fucked up stitch. A fucked up head, it's a fucked up shame. Swinging on my nuts, it's a fucked up game. Jealousy throwing up a fucked up mind. It's real fucked up like a fucked up crime. If I say fuck 2 more times, it's 46 fucks and it's fucked up rhyme. Everybody knows it's on. Hey, it's on. Everybody knows it's on. You wanna fuck me like an animal. You like to burn me on the inside. You like to think that I'm a perfect drug. Just know that nothing you do will bring you closer to me. Bring me down. Don't think so. Better check yourself before wreck yourself. My starfish. A chocolate starfish, punk. Kiss my starfish. Chocolate starfish. Wanna fuck me like an animal. You wanna burn me on the inside. You like to think that I'm a perfect drug. Just know that nothing you do will bring you closer to me. I'm just going through the power of Limp Bizkit right now. We played Limp Bizkit last night on the stream for the Suns because I was pissed off that we were even in that game. And then they started doing good, and I just kept playing it, and they kept doing good. So I'm just feeling good about Limp Bizkit right now.
They customize car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this. Oh, who's Junior?
At least he spelled insurance right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Probenfy, a twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Probenfy was created with a different approach in mind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take allergic to Probenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach. Certain other problems or untreated neuroendoglaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems. leads to low stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow endothelioma, increased and side effects of those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how to prevent food effects heal. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, sore throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be. Cold-empty.
Never know. You never. Is this you?
Yeah, it's my new RAV4.
Do you think RAV stands for Rugged Adventure Vehicle?
Whoa, dude.
I feel like it's a ridiculous acceleration vehicle.
Isn't it the recreational activity vehicle? I guess it could mean anything you want. Oh yeah? What else you got? Toyota. Let's go places. This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
Christopher David Bell, he's 4 years old.
Bell has driven to victory. That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Progressive. Save when you bought a motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. And by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Getting ready for the final stage in Kansas. Now we get a replay brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
Yeah, we've talked about the 20 pit crew all night long, but I want to give Brandon Jones some love right here. As we watch Allgaier come in this stall, little gingerly coming in, they're talking about the brake pedals being slow. They had an issue on the left front, and then Jones, watch that right front tire. Lock up, that gives the changer a read on the lug nut. Not only his placement stop, but the speed he had getting onto that stall.
There's multiple phases to pit road. There's drive time. That means the driver's time down through the stage to getting to the stall. There's the entry into the stall speed-wise, and then there's the stop and the exit portion. The 20 team is nailing every part of it.
Restart on the way. Let's go to the CW Garage in Carla.
Yeah, Adam, and Kansas is just one of those tracks where Brandon Jones knows other drivers are watching him, really studying how he runs. He said it's fun, but also comes with a need for self-awareness because he does understand this place so well. He said, I may know the different lanes and how they change throughout the run, but I also can't get lazy with that information. He said, when other drivers, he said, as hard as it is, I'm actually honest about the keys to this place because I still understand that it's up to them to execute. He said that's a team effort to try and execute at Kansas, which the 20 team, as we can tell throughout the race, has done a pretty good job.
Well, they've been incredible, and they sweep the stages, so he's maxed out tonight when it comes to stage points. Allgaier does it again, getting 16, top 5 in both stages. Good effort for Corey Day. Love and Creed doing some positive things in that regard as well. As we anticipate the restart, we remind you closed captioning for today's race. Brought to you by Tableau TV. Pay once, watch forever. Hey, some penalties. Josh Williams, 92, team over the wall too soon. Same for Jed Burton in the 27, equipment violation. Nathan Burton, the 42, uncontrolled tire for Josh Bilicki. Those drivers coming from the back.
And the sun is finally gone. We're under the lights.
All right.
It's entirely different what we see in these first two stages.
It'll be completely dark pretty soon. About half an hour. Green flag's back in the air. The final stage is underway.
Middle of Sheldon Creed, and once again, center corner off. Brandon Jones flexing his muscles. 20 trying to get control in the outside lane.
Look at the momentum that Creed's going to have on the bottom. He's going to try to slide up in front of Jones right here.
New race leader from the back to the front, going for the dash for cash. Sheldon Creed leading at Kansas.
Sheldon Creed, my boy.
He backed up in the restart box, got a great run, and still got taken advantage of into turn 1 by Taylor Gray, getting below him on the apron. Fall back to the middle to take the lead. Excellent job, Sheldon.
That's my boy.
Allgaier around his team.
I'll just lead every lap for the rest of the night.
The 8 of Sammy Smith. Corey Day getting impatient. Sam Mayer there in the 41. And Brent Cruz in
You
his
wanna
first
fuck me
appearance
like
in
an
Kansas continues to hang inside the top 10.
You wanna burn me on the
17 feels like it struggled just a
inside.
little bit on this restart.
You
so it's
like
looking
to
to shot
say
to
I'm the
Sammy Smith
perfect
down the backstretch, but then
drug.
trying to run that top. Just
Just
not
know
able
that
to carry
nothing you
the
do
momentum
will
that
bring
the
you
shorter
closer
distance
to
around the ball
me.
these guys have. See, he's now moved down, kind of running the ball.
Oh, around goes Sammy Smith. Caution is out. Ryan Sieg around. Corey Day is involved. Caution is out here for the 7th time tonight at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. 100 laps to go here.
A little like too much damage to the 8. I know the 17.
Definite right front
Little bit
damage
of
there.
right front fender damage. They're going to have to address that.
That was about a minute and 35-second green flag run.
So much throttle time. All that arrow is massive.
8 consecutive
We are
top 10
past halfway now.
And coming to a place
We just
where
crossed
he felt
halfway.
like he would be really good, just thinking about his history and what he's done on the mile and a half.
Which is crazy.
It's the seeding. Those can pop out.
Took an hour and 48 minutes to get to
We'll see what
halfway.
they can do. I mentioned Corey struggling around the top to carry that momentum, and then he had run the middle. Looked like he had a really good run through the middle of 1 and 2, got to the inside of the 8.
Well, he's been so fast, and I think he was getting slightly impatient there behind the 8. They had the very close clear off of 2 for Sammy Smith in front there down the backstretch, and then it almost
58,817 at WrestleMania.
and then it looked like Corey
Isn't it in Vegas?
back, just gets to that left rear,
Where the Raiders play?
which is a super vulnerable place for the car that you get close to, and Sammy just loses all the air on that rear spoiler where he gets the air packed on the left rear, gets sideways. Looked like they were going to drive both each other into the wall, but got detached.
And you see Corey Day get to his inside.
It's
Just
just right here.
Slight damage. I mean, just barely makes contact. But the 8's in a vulnerable position right there.
Yeah,
The exit
Legion
of the
Stadium.
corner.
And it starts with the air packing there in that left rear and removing the air from the rear spoiler where the 8 starts to get sideways, and then the hit there, you can see that, and that finishes them off.
Look who comes through. 28 of Kyle Sieg inside the top 10. There's an awesome story to tell in the final stage at Kansas.
Closed captioning for today's race is brought to you by Tableau TV. Pay once, watch forever.
Whether I'm at the racetrack, garage, or at home, Tableau lets me watch, pause, and record live TV, so I never miss a moment. It's my favorite way to watch TV. With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to safelight.com today.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace. At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand
WrestleMania's
up to
almost
the
over
test of
already.
time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now,
Thought it ended
get
around
20% off
10:30.
gallons of select Benjamin Moore interior paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Colonel knew folks hated Mondays, so he made sure Tuesdays were finger-licking good with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders for just $10. It's TGI Tuesday. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal. KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Spring outfit's so good. My family was on time for once. I'm still recovering.
Kohl's Styles make spring a breeze. Start your outfits with the season's best shoe sale. Then complete the look with 15% off at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
New Game Plus has no business making Grace's dish towel smell this good. Especially with how her husband uses them.
Wow.
Yeah, I like them towels. Our greatest scent ever, now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
That's right, Mom and Dad. My new boyfriend rides a motorcycle.
Oh, it's just a cruiser for unwinding on the weekends. Protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurance.
How responsible.
Very sensible.
And he has a tattoo.
Temporary for my niece. She insisted.
Oh, that's cute. Well, guess what, Mom? I chopped my hair off.
Wow, I stand corrected.
It's lovely. No, it's not.
Very in right now.
It's my rough and tumble little girl.
The fastest growing cable news network in all of television is News Nation. News Nation respects all Americans and is news for all Americans. To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Sunset is beautiful.
You know, tonight marks only the second time the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series has raced
Water
under the
tower
lights
way
of
out in the
Kansas.
distance.
But with that sun going down and this sunset looking like that, we need to do it more often. I mean, that is just beautiful.
Getting the
We'll get the
choose.
choose here. And that with 96 laps to go. That'll be 95 to go, so we're past halfway when we get the restart. Front row, Jones and Creed.
And really one of the first times that we're going to see Brandon Jones on the inside lane in this race. He's had the option to be in the outside, taking almost every restart.
Justin Allgaier coming from row 3 here, Dylan.
Yeah, that's right. Officially going to roll off fifth, but here is some Star Key radio communication between he and crew chief.
Sheldon had a great restart last time, pulled out to the lead. Honestly, was hoping not to see that caution, just watch him pull away. But caution came out, getting the restart, about to come here. Just see Sheldon pull away. But Brandon Jones on the front row with him. We know Brandon Jones has been great all night, and it's one of his better tracks. I don't like Brandon Jones, though.
And that's good, right? They're having fun. They're running fifth. And Andrew, I talked to him earlier this year about just being the encourager for Justin, and that's something that he's very cognizant of every weekend. Andrew said in the past he's tried to be the guy that's kind of hard on people to motivate him, and just hasn't really worked for him. So you hear the encouragement there. That's worked for them so far this year, and keeping it up again today.
Yeah, he's won a third of the races this year. And
done well.
And when you've had a night that you're frustrated with and you've scored 16 stage points and you got a very good chance to win this one, I would say that's a good off night.
And Justin's considered one of the best restarters in this series.
Creed coming from the outside lane. 95
All right, back green. 95 to go.
Looked like that top lane was almost locked together. As you see Taylor Gray giving Creed a big shove down into turn 1.
I didn't know if he was ever going to release him.
Look at Allgaier on the top. The momentum he's going to have on the exit right here. Can he do anything with it?
He chose that outside lane.
Sheldon's pulling away. Taylor Gray and Brandon Jones side by side for second.
Yeah, he has to go
That's good. Let him pull away.
clean air on the nose. Oh, you see Jones get loose underneath his teammate. Have to chase up the racetrack just a little bit. Creed loving this.
Back to Las Vegas. Taylor Gray, so good on the 1.5 miles there. Remember, he and Creed got together. He hit the wall and had his day in prematurely, but he was really good on that intermediate track, trying to make something happen here, flashing to the inside of his teammate Jones for second.
That's the first time we've seen the 20 passed really all night long. As you see Allgaier
happening again.
Yeah, Allgaier getting a big run on the top. The 7 car coming to life at the right time tonight.
Apparently that encouragement works. Got a great restart. Went to the top side. Tons of momentum. Now looking again to the outside.
You love the race today? Me too. It's a good race.
As he goes to the high
It's been exciting. 3-car battle here for second. That's good to see. Just let Sheldon pull away.
So good around the top, but Taylor Gray kind of counters, moves up in front. Allgaier
Jesse loves trying to get in there.
clean air on the nose. You see he'll either peek to the right or the left, just trying to get half a car out to get the grip that he needs.
Here's the other thing to think about as we get into this final stage, inside of 100 laps to go, and that is the dash for cash. Quampel eliminated early when he flipped on lap 2, but the other 3 drivers right in it. You don't have to win the race to get the money. You just have to finish in front of the other drivers. Creed handling both ends of that equation right now. He's out front. Allgaier is 3rd, and Cruz hanging tough. Brent Cruz in 7th.
But the way Sheldon Creed and Justin Allgaier are running, I think if you're Brent Cruz or any of the guys in the Dash for Cash, you're going to have to win this race to win the Dash for Cash tonight.
Pretty impressed with Taylor Gray. He's been able to. Allgaier was going to get around him fairly quick, but 54 actually driving away just a little bit right now.
What are they saying about driver 5?
So Taylor Gray is starting to pull away from that battle.
Today, and it was interesting talking to crew chief Jason Ratcliffe yesterday.
Looks like he's kind of closing on Sheldon.
And Jason said, frankly, that it's kind of about time for them. Their teammate his message, and I think this is exactly what they want.
Patrick Starpoli is running in 12.
They were so good at Las Vegas. The other mile and a half we run on earlier this year, there are some differences that Jason noted, but I think the basic platform is the same, and they felt like it was going to apply. So running second right now is a great day for these guys, and in contention certainly to try and finish it off and have one of their best runs of the year.
And Dylan, you mentioned Vegas where he was really fast, but what happened in that race was Sheldon Creed got to his red bumper and sent him into 3, and he is catching Sheldon right now by 2/10 the last lap. It was a 10 the lap before. He is reeling in that 0-0 Sheldon Creed.
Well, we celebrate the success of Jason Ratcliffe and what he's done with his 54 team. As Brent Cruz in the 19 goes by Sam Mayer for 6th. Perfect timing. Because when you look at the crew chief lineup at JGR and what they've accomplished at this mile and a half, they've all been to victory lane. Jeff Mendry did it twice with Brandon Jones. Seth Chapka got it done a couple of years ago with Eric Almirola. Sam McCauley last fall with Brandon Jones, who got his 3rd win here. And Ratcliffe did it all the way back in 2003 with David Green. How about that? Dig deep for the Ratcliffe staff. I'm sorry, Jason. We're telling everyone how old you are. He's so good he led McMurray to victory lane.
That shows how impressive anybody can win with that guy.
Right. Well, you said it. Look at the 54 creeping up on the 0-0 again. Another 10th that lap. But we've seen all night long the line, the Creeds running around the top. It's so hard to get that pass done around the bottom. So Taylor's got to get a plan together as he catches him. Exactly how he wants to maneuver this. By far the best car on the track at this moment.
And look at this, the 18-year-old Brent Cruz passing last year's champ, Jesse Love. I'm telling you, if there was stock available for this kid, I'd be buying. This is incredible.
Okay, he learned in stage 1 and stage 2, but was able to get stage points, and now here he is as we head in toward the 4th quarter of the race. He's inside the top 5 and flexing lots of muscle. It's time to go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Turn up. At Kansas, 84 laps to go. Taylor Gray half a second behind. Allgaier, Jones, Cruz, your top 5. William Byron.
84 laps to go.
Tonight, making his 2nd start of the year, driving the 88 for Junior Motorsports. He's 9th, been bounced around a little bit as that team. They won our last mile and a half with Kyle Larson behind the wheel at Las Vegas.
That car right behind him, Dean Thompson, having a great night for Sam Hunt Racing in 10th, and then I look at his teammate Harrison Burton in 13th, so great night for Sam Hunt Racing.
Well, when you think about what's happening in front of Byron, you got Kyle Sieg there, and then back behind him, several drivers making a splash. You mentioned Harrison Burton, Corey Day, though. Now, he's going to be down a set of tires. That could be really tough on this team, depending on how the race plays out. After the damage, he's driving back through, has got himself to 13th. In the running order, and that's big for a driver who came in top 5 in points. We look at our Powerball power movers since the restart, plus 15 for Day. Ryan Sieg also had the slide. He's at plus 13. So both those drivers starting.
Sheldon Creed has the fastest lap of the night.
Kyle Sieg,
And he still has the
just have to celebrate it. And
almost 0.7 second lead.
in 2026
About a 2/3 of a second lead over Taylor Gray.
See him pop up in the draft. I'm sure we'll talk about him next Saturday at Talladega, but tonight getting it done on the intermediate at Kansas.
And often at these types of tracks, we see him up front maybe when they go off strategy and take tires to go and try and get some stage points, but legitimately there in the top 10 right now. This is a huge run for Kyle C. Great job by this whole 2018.
The younger of the Sieg brothers bought his first house in the offseason And, we tease sometime about Rodney Childers on the pit box for the one team, or Corey Day, just very laid back. Kyle Seek could give them a run for their money. He's very laid back, too. All right, heading toward 80 laps to go. Top 5 in Kansas. Creed, Gray, Allgaier, Jones, and Cruz. Glad you're with us from Kansas.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
Blue Chew Gold, the only 4-in-1 formula. With apomorphine to spark desire and oxytocin to deepen connection. Ready in body and mind. Blue Chew Gold, the new gold standard for ED.
I've been told my whole life that I'm pretty fast. For a girl. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's not true. Because with the right team, you write your own story. So no, I'm not fast for a girl. I'm fast, period.
I'm Chad. I work for a professional football team, and I earned my degree online from SNHU. It fit with my schedule. Mondays, Tuesdays, those are packing days. I can get all my assignments done. Wednesday, we're on the practice field. Thursday, initial discussion post is due. We're going to leave on Friday. We're playing an East Coast trip. I'm going to take advantage of the time spent on the bus and even in the hotel room, finish any of my other coursework that I needed to do prior to kickoff on Sunday. SNHU and the support system, they make it possible. Go to snhu.edu.
Tajin, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tajin it?
Out there, one plate. In here, as many plates as you want. Plates and plates and plates and plates and plates and plates of protein. Out there, teeny tiny shrimp.
Sheldon Creed is still pulling away from Taylor Gray. It's now out to about a 0.85 second lead.
Gross. Jesse, you remember Danny? Hey.
Hey. Nice fit, bro. Thanks. Here we go. How are you doing that?
Now about 9/10 of a second lead.
4 parks. One vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, race 10 in 2026, live on the CW. We're at Kansas Speedway. 27th time these cars have raced here. Sheldon Creed able to take over the race lead here in this final stage. He's got an 0.8 of a second advantage over second place Taylor Gray. Justin Allgaier is third, and right behind him, Brandon Jones, who has led 67 laps tonight, won the first 2 stages of the race. And as we hit 70 laps to go, we're closing on that point. Remind everybody, you do need to make a pit stop in this final stage. A lot of times we see it under green, and typically you start to see that window open right around 60 laps remaining.
As Brandon Jones gets the inside of Justin Allgaier here. I clear him down before into turn 1. We just ticked into the longest green flag run of the day to explain how crazy this day has been. That's 22 laps, the longest of the day right here.
Yeah, and as you look at these top 4 guys all separated by just over 2 seconds, everybody's lap times are really close. This is kind of leveled off. They've made adjustments to their cars. These top 4 cars are all very similar. Brandon Jones maybe being the best of those guys you see making the pass. And so as a driver, crew chief start working on this of when you're going to pit, because there is some lap time fall off, and pitting a lap or 2 early can be the difference of running 4th or leapfrogging.
Oh, my boy Sheldon to win.
So there's a risk, though, that comes with that. Keep pit, you go a lap down, it can get you behind, but that's what these guys are going to have to think about as we run the next 25 to 30 laps.
And the other thing that's we've just gotten confirmation, this is the coldest O'Reilly race ever at Kansas. Just
Oh,
down
really?
to 55 degrees. We see that how much
That's
grip is
like
in the
not even
racetrack,
that
how
cold.
We go on the onboards, how much they're in the throttle around here. Well, if you're in the throttle a ton, you're using a lot of fuel, so some of the teams are going to have to adjust that from what we've historically seen in the past year. So all those question marks are still available.
Look at this for Sheldon Creed. You had problems in the inspection line, no practice, no qualifying. You drop to the rear to start the race. You get stage points in both stages. Nearly came back to win stage 2. You get the job done on a restart, take over the top spot, and the graph has been incredible. And it's all topped out here in this final stage of the race. The execution of this team has been outstanding here tonight, Kevin.
That's right. Remember, they're going for that $100,000 Dash for Cash bonus. Sheldon Creed coming into this race.
Dexter Lawrence going to the Bengals.
Fives in Kansas. In fact, he's never finished worse than 11th here. And we've seen that strength from them all season. Crew Chief Jonathan Tony telling me, look, we've been running in the top 5 or 6 consistently. We just need to capitalize more on that. He was complimentary of Sheldon, his maturity on track, and his racecraft and his decisions. Let's get some in-car communication courtesy of Starkey, though, and what they were telling him based on what Taylor Gray was doing a couple laps ago.
He drives into 3, maybe half a lane lower than us. He makes it all in. He makes it all up on entry to 3. That's his strong point.
And they're continuing to give him updates on what Taylor is doing, what his lap times are compared to the 54, Dylan.
The second highest running car eligible for the Dash for Cash is this one, the 7-car Justin Allgaier. 4th on the leaderboard, trying to go for 7 straight top 5s this year if they're able to hold on to this one with 69 laps to go. Last year in the fall, they felt like this is one of those races that got away from them. Felt like they were maybe the best car, but just tried to do some things on strategy to take a risk because they were good on points. Ultimately didn't work out, but came back with a similar approach today. And something else to note too, Crew Chief Andrew Overstreet, Crew Chief Connor Zillich, a couple of years ago when Connor was making select starts, and they finished 4th here. So another racetrack where these guys have a really good notebook to pull things from. He's been quiet on this run, but he did say at the beginning of this final stage that they helped his fire off with the adjustments they made at the end of stage 2, Ken.
And Dylan, Brent Cruz, that 3rd driver that's still in the running for the Dash for Cash bonus, currently running in that 5th position, got into the Dash for Cash from his 3rd place finish.
So if it keeps going green, they're going to have to pit.
Just about that finish, almost getting his first win. And he said, look, you really can't ask much more out of a driver than finishing 3rd to 2 of the best, meaning Connor Zillich and Kyle Larson last week. And he said, obviously we wanted to win, but they were not disappointed. In fact, they were encouraged, and Seth felt like everyone got to see the potential that Brent Cruz has, and it's showing up here this afternoon. Top 5 right now just battling tight, and that's been his complaint the majority of the night.
I just don't know how you measure it, Kim. What's more impressive? Finishing 3rd last week at Bristol behind Zillich and Larson, or coming here tonight to an intermediate when you've never done this and running top 5. Across the board, he just continues to show it's such an outstanding night for this 18-year-old who, by the way, if he were able to get up there and win this race, would be the youngest ever in the history of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
I think it's safe to say with Brent Cruz, we're going to hear the word history and making a lot throughout his career. So talented at what he's been able to accomplish. You know, guys, talking about Oliver Body Racing for $100,000. This guy, Corey Day, was involved in that accident with Sammy Smith just a few minutes ago. They've come in, they put those tires on, and I watched him. He progressed through the field. He kept losing time to the leader. He was almost 12 seconds back at one point. He's now 8 seconds back, consistently the fastest car on the track, and it's been 3/10, 6/10. He's made up a lot of ground. If we can run 15 more laps, I think he might be close enough that some strategy can put them back in a position to be able to possibly win this race.
And one of the things I noticed there, we were watching until he caught William Byron here, he was the most aggressive of being on the wall. Already have beat up the right side of that car enough. Why not take advantage of, and take the risk if the wall has some speed in terms of putting that car right on it. There he's trying to turn down and get away from the dirty air.
I just want Sheldon to win, man.
You know, Dave was in that incident. He's coming back. And so is the 39 of Ryan Sieg, who's just behind this duo back in the 10th position. They both want this thing, though, to run long and stay green because they have one less set of tires than everybody else. Another guy that
I would assume we'd probably see pit stops in the next 10 to 15 laps. If I was guessing, if I just had to guess. Well, I am guessing. So, yeah.
Seconds back. It's now a second and a half behind race leader Sheldon Creed. We know how good they've been on pit road. If they can make this cycle work, Brandon Jones might be the guy in the final portion of this race. Here he is looking to the inside. Sammy Smith had the problems. He's fallen off the lead lap. They easily go by him. And Jones looking for the runner-up spot as we look towards 60 laps to go.
Gosh, you can see the speed in that 20 car. Just able to enter the corner a little harder and also get turned down. So much fun to watch these guys enter top and then turn right in the middle of the corner and drive off. It looks odd, but they're just able to use so much more throttle that way.
And it's a diamond, and the reason it works is because of the progressive banking. You use the changes in the banking angle to turn the race car. So as you come off the top one and start to go in the middle, it de-wedges and rotates the race car, continues all the way to the exit portion of the corner. So it's a line that came about a couple years ago, and in certain races here in Kansas, when it works, it really works.
61 laps to go. Sheldon Creed with the lead. Brandon Jones is in second place, over a second behind. That's good to see. Taylor Gray in third, about 1.8 behind. Justin Allgaier running fourth, over 4 seconds behind, and then Jesse Love in fifth, about 6.5 seconds back.
I saw him coming off of turn 4. Look at that. He's committed now. He's working that all the way around the top and is able to make a ton of lap time. It's the only car we've been able to see do this. You referenced kind of that diamond line, but
Brett Cruz running sixth.
He's now committed to just running all the way.
Pretty much right there with Love.
Watch that, following it all the way. Oh yeah, all the way around the corner.
I've been looking for this, and we finally have had a long enough run. We're at 36 laps in this run where that can really come into play. And he's been able to hold off Corey Day doing that, but I've been waiting to see who would be the first to get up there and really realize as Corey goes to the bottom.
Can't clear it. He's like, cut me a break, buddy. We got the same sponsor. Come on.
I thought he was going to get it easy. Couldn't close the deal.
Corey Day and Byron racing side by side.
Right here. Byron's going to have a big run. He'd have to cut him a break. He's not going to. Oh, he does.
Day slides up, completes the pass.
Well, and let's see.
7.
What do you think he goes to the wall now? What can he do now that he's got, a little bit of clean air? Is he commit to running that higher line? You saw the exhaust come out as he was out, kind of chasing it up the track just a little bit.
Hey, and at 58 laps to go, we're in the window. So now you can come down, make that pit stop, and you know you can go the rest of the way on fuel. And maybe some have pushed it too far.
Kyle C. coming on pit road.
Out of fuel, but he's making a pit stop here.
He's out of gas.
And he does so with 58 laps remaining.
Well, that seems early to run out of fuel.
Somebody else pitting. Taylor Gray is pitting.
Comes down, makes his scheduled green flag stop, Dylan.
Yeah, this is the very first car of the leaders to make what will be their final scheduled stop. Taylor said that they were just...
So Taylor Gray was running in third.
On that run, that was his biggest complaint. 4 tires and fuel for the 54.
I mean, look left to your screen. Jones is closing down on Creed, and it's going to be so compelling to see how they handle things as far as when you call them in and the gain you can make on those fresher tires if you pit a lap or two earlier.
And then we've seen issues. So
Jesse Love's pitting. He might have sped there.
Affiliate with Haas Factory, keep an eye on that. As Jesse Love has hit pit road, Dylan.
And we'll be curious to see how many more of the leaders this brings down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jesse Love sped there.
They were talking about was trying to improve his minimum.
He pit from fifth.
They got the entry a little bit better. The middle was still too.
Actually, he was in fourth when he pit.
Chassis adjustment just to try to help that 2-car get rotated. 4 tires and fuel for Jesse Love.
Love was racing for a spot in the top 5 when he gave up position to come down. Here's Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier's pitting.
He's making his pit stop. 55 to go, Dylan.
And the very first stall here.
Probably going to see Sheldon pit soon and Brandon Jones.
Justin said we moved the needle on that fire off, but at the end of that long run, I was paying.
Brandon Jones is closing it on Sheldon Creed.
Looks like some air pressure and tape for the 7.
So Gray and Allgaier giving up spots inside the top 5 to pit. They come down before the Creed and Jones cars do. And so you start thinking about the fresher tires and the lap time they can make up here as they go back out. There is a lot to manage, and we'll follow it. Execution is huge here, both inside the race car and on the pit box.
2 seconds. The last lap is how much faster Taylor Gray was than Sheldon Creed leading this race. It's been 2 laps now. Pretty good at math here. 4 seconds he's made up in just these 2 laps. Now, if it plays out the whole way, it will come a little bit.
Sheldon's pitting. And so is Brandon Jones. Sheldon and Jones are pitting. Creed and Jones. Corey Day takes over the lead.
Brandon Jones of the night. He said laterally I'm loose on the exit. He said it's really bad, so it looked for an adjustment here. His pit crew has been one of the best, if not the best, all night. Looking to get time made up on pit road as you see Sheldon Creed stopping in his box. He said starting to build a little tighter quarter to center later this run. He also had a message for his spotter. He said do a better job on getting lappers out of the way. A little frustration from the driver of the Double Zero.
Creed was in control. Jones gets away. Looks like he's going to
Nope, Sheldon keeps it. Fuck.
And he drives right by him. Now keep in mind,
God damn it.
this right now is not the battle for the race lead because other drivers have to make stops. But when you start thinking about the cycle, 54 has been able to leapfrog here by coming a couple of laps earlier.
And it's a massive lead. It's almost the entire backstretch. And the car that's actually leading the race right now, Corey Day, is directly behind Taylor Gray right here as he crosses the start-finish line. It's going to all be, we talked about it was almost 2 seconds a lap he was making up before the pit cycle. Now it's going to be even lap times for the next 8 to 10 laps, and then maybe these guys can start creeping in on it.
So Gray has scored second, top 6, yet to make pit stops. You reference Corey Day. He and Ryan Sieg came down much later than these guys, almost 10 laps, because they were involved in that accident. I'm very curious to see how far they run.
So Creed is in front of Jones.
That they're down a set of tires depending on how this thing goes from
Corey
here.
Day's
And
pitting.
now we get the answer to the question for Corey Day. Gives up the race lead, 50 laps to go. Here comes the 17.
And a great rebound for Corey Day despite the damage you see.
Ryan Sieg takes the lead.
Right front. The last run he said he was a little limited in the right rear, just helping turn down. But this run he's actually been quiet again despite that damage. So looking for no major adjustments on the 17 machine of Corey Day as he stops in his box for service.
So Corey Day gets the pit stop. We're watching Taylor Gray, who is cycled up to 3rd now in the running order, but will be the race leader. And we just got confirmation when the 20th Brandon Jones
It's about a
came down.
4-second lead that Gray would have over Creed.
They have been outstanding all year, but a miscue here on a green flag stop in the final stage of the race.
I saw this as we were showing his stop. The tire rolls away from the car here on the right side. I wondered if NASCAR would call this.
Wait, what? Brandon
So you
Jones?
see he's in his pit stall. See this tire
Brandon
right
Jones
here.
has a penalty.
Pit road. The crew member grabs it, but that's too far. That's an uncontrolled tire.
That's heartbreak. Maybe the best car all night long, but his teammate and Jason Ratcliffe have made the call.
So Brandon Jones will have a penalty.
Put that car in the right position.
Gray is 3rd. Ryan Sieg, Jeb Burton, you see at the bumper, 1st and 2nd. They are yet to make their pit stops in the green flag cycle. Last time Sieg was in lap 103. Jeb Burton last made a stop at lap 97, and Gray has now made his way around Jeb Burton and up to 2nd in the running order. But of course, Jeb Burton going to have to make a pit stop anyway.
So what? Creed will have about 7 laps fresher tires
Early, it was almost 2 seconds a lap.
than Gray.
The initial. Right now, Creed's running about 2/10 a lap.
Oh, around goes Ryan Sieg coming to pit road. He'll keep going, no caution.
Able to hang on to it, no caution. He gives up the top spot, has it get away from him coming down the pit lane, so it all cycles back now. Taylor Gray in charge of the field in front of Jeb Burton, who still needs to pit. Creed, Love, and Allgaier complete the top 5. And as Gray runs around out front, teammate Brandon Jones, the pass-through penalty, paying his debt to NASCAR for the uncontrolled tire when he made his green flag pit stop. What an entertaining race it's been tonight here in Kansas. And it hasn't stopped in the final stage. Ryan C. getting sideways, coming down. And pit crews doing their work in a green flag cycle of stops. Taylor Gray in charge in the Heartland with 46 to go.
46 laps to go here from Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Taylor Gray has about a 3.3 second lead over Sheldon Creed. It's a big lead.
Where you could take home $1 million. The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase. Powerball, the chase to $1 million starts now.
So Sheldon has 4 laps fresher tires than Taylor Gray. I don't know if that'll be enough to catch him.
Car care system. Start every wash with Ceratone's high-foam vehicle shampoo. Then clean the interior, coat your tires, paint, plastics, and even restore cloudy headlights and faded trim back to like new. The final result? Unmatched performance and long-lasting protection guaranteed. With over 80,000 5-star reviews and more #1 bestsellers than any other brand, you can trust Ceratone. Buy now.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free.
They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to SafeLight.com.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
Just gotta pay myself. Nice. Hi, I'm you, with more gusto. My hair's growing back. Team's digging the new flow. It's just me. Correction.
Mayor
Team
Burton
assigned.
racing hard.
Roy Mikey, get payroll that grows with you. It's beautiful.
Tajín chile lime sauce, mild with major chile lime flavor. It takes snacks to a whole other level. What's your way to Tajín?
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
Christopher David Bell, he's 4 years old.
Bell has driven to victory. That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
To Hagerty, it's obvious. One of these cars is not like the others. It's harder to operate, but easier to enjoy. You use it less, but you love it more. And if something goes wrong, it's a lot harder to replace. It's not your everyday car, so don't pay more for everyday insurance. Pay a better price for better coverage from Hagerty. Quote today at Hagerty.com.
41 laps to go at Kansas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We look at our Mobile One leaderboard. Taylor Gray, great call by crew chief Jason Ratcliffe to get him on point in the cycle of green flag stops. He's in front of Creed, who led when the cycle began. Allgaier is third, Jesse Love is fourth, and William Byron completes the top 5.
Taylor's doing a great job maintaining that lead as well. Creed's been a little quicker here and there, and then every once in a while Gray will answer. It's a 3-second gap that you have right now. But the one thing, Parker and I were discussing here is when Byron stayed out earlier, he maintained for a while. But after they got 25 or 30 laps on their tires, that's when you really saw the difference. So Creed needs to hold what he has here and hope that, if we don't get a caution, that as we get more laps on our tires, that he'll be able to make up that difference.
And we went later in that run, we saw the wall come into effect where you really run right on the wall. We saw William Byron using that to great effect. Who we're on board with right here, Sheldon Creed, he's one of the best in this series at running the wall. So as we get later in this run, if that starts to become an option, I expect him to utilize as he's starting to flirt with it now right there, he's on the wall, but he's still using that diamond line and turning down. As the tires continue to wear, that wall becomes more of an option. We'll see if he uses it.
I thought you almost teed that up.
I almost
grabbed you like it's happening, Sheldon.
Right now. You're making me look so smart.
Hear him have to roll out of the throttle just a little bit there. It's almost like all those guys are still tight on exit, just not able to roll around all the way up top.
I'd say that last time around, Allgaier faster than Creed.
Good lap.
And there's something on the line there, too. They're both going for the $100,000 in the dash for cash.
Yeah, the one thing here, guys, is that lap traffic's going to play a big role in this. If that lap traffic runs to the top and your car has to be on the top, that's when you see guys make up a ton of ground. And as they lap deeper into the field, it gets harder and harder to continue to pass.
So Jason Ratcliffe with a masterclass call here. We do the short pit to get to the lead with Taylor Gray. Do you think he saw our graphic that showed he only won back in 2003?
He was offended.
Yeah, and he was like, I'll show you guys. Watch this. Pit, Taylor, pit.
You look at Joe Gibbs Racing, and Jason has been such a big part of the success over there at all the racetracks where they've been able to get it done in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. But just
looks like Creed is slowly catching him, but hopefully when Gray catches his lap traffic, it'll help Creed even more.
Whatever it is about Kansas, when they come here, they just elevate their game. And doing it tonight, on the backside of the start of this season where things have not always gone so well. I mean, William Sawanovich gets his first career win at Rockingham, but across the board, they just have not been where they want to be. Taylor Gray's been consistent, but not a bunch of runs inside the top 5. And now you look at how they got where they are, and it was all about that pit call. He was third when the cycle began. They pitted 143. You see where everyone else is. You get those tires at equal speed, and that's why he's out front.
Yeah, I mean, we referenced it. You see 3 laps difference between Taylor Gray and Sheldon Creed, but at that point in the race, it was a 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap. Taylor was about 2 seconds behind. He came out 4 to 5 seconds in the lead, and now there's just not that same difference on the tires. So great call. See how this plays when it runs out. Adam, you referenced a little bit ago, though, the 7 car of Justin Allgaier. And I was curious to see where he was running on the racetrack, and he seems to have migrated towards that high line, turning down just a little on exit as we get a look at our top 3 here. Justin slowly making up 2 to 3 tenths a lap. He was 6.5.
Yeah, Sheldon's not really gaining much right now.
He's going to go inside of 5 seconds here with what he's doing. Very impressive for Allgaier.
And you're going to want that information if you're Taylor Gray or Sheldon Creed of, look, you know, the 7 is starting to catch you. What line is he running? I saw the 54 a few laps ago get stuck behind the 02. They have to run a couple of corners, and it's a half second a lap. And you get 4 or 5 of those in a row. You see again right here, he's catching Jeremy Clements. Jeremy's running the line that he wants to run. Even though Taylor's going to get the inside of him, that's going to cost some lap time.
Hey, by the way, Corey Day, who was involved in the accident, looked like he might be back in the game and worked his way to the top 10. We knew they were down a set of tires, had to make another unscheduled stop because they had a tire going down. 10th break for the 17. Going to end his run of 8 consecutive top 10 finishes. Came in top 5 in points.
Before we had that green flag stop, that was the longest green flag run of the night. And, you know, we're kind of in uncharted territory for this race and how many cautions we had in those first 2 stages to knowing what cars are really the best on the long run. I kind of think of these sorts of runs in 10-lap phases, especially with the amount of fall-off we're seeing in these tires here at Kansas. We'll get more indications of who has the better car almost every 10 laps or so as we go through this run. And so that's where I think Justin Allgaier has been really fast now, but we'll see if he's able to continue that and could even get greater in terms of his speed difference to the leaders as we go through these 10-lap phases.
And you look, the bumper across the bottom, I mean, it's down to 4.3 seconds now. It is flying. I mean, there's 30 laps to go. There's more than enough time if he keeps at this pace, if he can maintain that. It's going to be all about how Taylor and Sheldon Creed are able to get through the lap traffic.
And Gray is lapped up to 12. Won't be long. I mean, one of the guys he could see is his teammate Brandon Jones. And, you know, Brandon, no doubt, is going to do everything he can to hang on to the lead lap because he wants a caution to get himself back into the game. And all these guys up here have a set of tires. So if we were to get a caution, there's no doubt they would come back down, reset, and we'd have a big restart. We're going to take you back through the field. 29 laps to go. Taylor Gray is leading this thing. We begin our coverage with Dylan Welch.
Well, it's interesting looking back on the notes on this 54 that I had from Kansas last fall. Jason Ratcliffe told me, we're good enough to win, but know the track will be different and that we've got to keep up with it. Well, that's pretty appropriate for what they've had to do tonight as well. We didn't practice, but we told you how confident they were coming into this weekend. weekend. Knew there was going to be some challenges with the racetrack, but after running 6th last fall and being in the hunt to win at Las Vegas, they knew that they were going to be able to do exactly what they're doing tonight. They've had the car. We've told you about the pit crew strategy, or the pit strategy that Jason Ratcliffe played. Now the question is going to be, will those extra 3 laps on tires make a difference at the end as he tries to hold off Sheldon Creed in second? Kim.
Yeah, you mentioned Sheldon Creed running in that second position, and we talked at the top of the broadcast way back earlier this afternoon how he's moved into the second position in the point standings. And when I talked to crew chief Jonathan Tony, I asked kind of, what is the big picture here? What are they looking to do with a good start to the season they've had? He said, we just want to keep the momentum. We're looking and aiming for 40-point days where they're on track for that or better here this afternoon. And he also said, look, Justin Allgaier and the 17 have set the bar, and now it's our job to meet it. We're trying to elevate everything we can. We've seen that tonight.
Yeah, it's a 2.23 second lead. Creed is closing.
Right now, that third place, and that's where they end up today, might be considered a little bit disappointing, but it has been another.
Now it's spreading out a little more.
Things considered second most stage points and in position to go for their 7th straight top 5 finish this year. The balance got away from them, it seemed like, a little bit earlier tonight, but the long run.
I'm not sure if Sheldon can reach him without a caution.
He's closed in a little bit.
And if caution happens, anything could fucking happen.
Should help tighten that battle up for second even more. Actually, we'll stay with Jesse Love here, who runs in the 4th spot. They are another team. We told you about Austin Hill, the RCR teammate that has just had a tough last month or so. They're another team that's had 4 straight out of the top 10. But Danny Stockman said that's not as bad as things maybe actually are. Last week they
now reached the 3-hour mark on the stream.
They felt like they could have won. Martinsville, they just had some contact at the end that sent them down the leaderboard. So certainly some things to clean up, but just been one of those tough stretches. Right now they're coaching him to just run that cut down line, especially through 3 and 4 like the 54 car has been doing. They've been working on that all night on the 2 car. Kim.
And for William Byron running in the 5th position, that 88 car, that team maybe going to be a little bit slightly disappointed with their night. Remember, he had an early incident, got in the fence early as well as another car. And just, it's been a battle managing what they need out of the handling of that race car all night long. But Artie literally told me coming into this race, look, we were not good here last year despite
Creed is catching Gray.
and he was hoping that Williams' Cup laps earlier in practice today might help them, even though the cars are different, because the rest
Slowly.
of the did not have practice yesterday. But again, Byron running in the 5th position. As we go to the 6th position, Brent Cruz, again, a standout for that young rookie. And look, JGR has been so good here. Their expectations were very high, despite Brent making his first appearance on a track bigger than a mile. And look, Seth Patrick told me we're averaging 31 points per race. Their goal is 30, but they feel like they've had cars and the driver capable of 40-point days every weekend that Brent has been in the car. Their goal outside of a race win to make the chase. They feel like they're on target for that.
Right now he's showing 16th in the standings, 65 below the playoff cut line, the chase cut line, talking about Brent Cruz. Right behind him on track, right of your screen, Sam Mayer is 7th. Cole Custer is 8th in the 0 right now. The man that won the championship in 2023 has seen a little bit of everything tonight, but finds himself in the top 10 late in this race.
At the front of this field, it is Kim Detsing. Sheldon Creed has been catching Taylor Gray, as we had great information from Dylan and Kim through the field. As Brent Cruz sidetracks here, William Byron down into clears him.
Well, he's checking every box tonight. So impressive for Brent Cruz.
Think about last week. He's racing for the win with Connor Zilich and Kyle Larson, and this week racing for a top 5 position with William Byron. So impressive.
If he had done this after getting practice yesterday, I maybe wouldn't have been surprised. But to do this and have not been on this racetrack until we went green today, pretty remarkable. Josh Balicki serving is a pick, the lap car. Cruz able to complete the pass. 19 is now in 5th.
I was just getting ready to say, if you're a Taylor Gray fan, I've got good news. And then they crossed the start-finish line. And I changed my mind. And it slowed down a little bit where you see Sheldon Creed right there coming off turn 2. It's the next car behind Taylor Gray, and then Allgaier, there's one lap car in between them. And it finally started to slow down, and then Allgaier just came across 10th and a half, 2/10 quicker than those guys. It's almost like Creed's going to catch Gray, and Allgaier's going to catch Creed, all within a 5-lap period. and we're going to have a heck of a battle for the win.
That sounds like
Oh,
a good
boy.
time. Sign me up. I'm here for it.
Well, this race has had everything.
Hopefully they
else
accept the
tonight,
Allgaier
so
part.
just throw in an epic finish, huh? 19 to go. Here's Gray. And there you see the visual. Creed and Allgaier, second and third.
And Gray's just a few laps from catching 5 or 6. There's a big group of cars at the start-finish line right now. You see he's exiting 4. So he's going to have his
If I'm a Taylor Gray fan, I'd be panicking right now.
Still have 18 laps
As a
to
Sheldon
go.
Creed
That's
fan,
gonna
I'm
be
also
the
panicking
difference
right now.
if he can get through that, because they're running too wide in front of him.
And for Taylor, this is the position you're put in when you have that short pin, where you eventually get to the opposite side of your tires being worse. Then those cars are trying to catch you, and you have to just lock in and try to just be so disciplined with your laps. Pressure from the front, not pay attention to the meter, how they're catching you. Focus on just maximizing lap time.
I think Sheldon is the better driver.
They're probably going to catch you in the lesser laps of tires.
There's what you're talking about. Next car he will see is Ryan Sieg, who is 11, and the last car on the lead lap. Dean Thompson up there in front of him as well. He's in the top 10. Also on the lead lap, Dean having a great night. And as I said earlier, I mean, you just want to fight to stay on that lead lap, because you know if the caution comes out with so few cars on the lead lap, it brings right back into your organization.
And if I'm Taylor Gray, I'm watching those cars in front of me, and what's making me nervous is that there's some running the top, and they're racing. They're running too wide. You watch as they enter the corner. It's not like there's a free lane or a clear lane. You see Raja's right up against the wall. There's some through the middle. There's some guys running the bottom, and that, you get 2 or 3 laps with those guys continuing to race the way they are, that's going to suck in Creed and Allgaier into this race.
Sieg gets around Dean Thompson for 10th. As I said, they're the last 2 on the lead lap. Going to be 15 laps to go this time around. And that delta right out, a second and a half. Gray in front of Creed.
Yeah, Gray wants those guys to get it settled. It looks like they have here. He might have a free lane here on the bottom. Chooses to run up through the middle. You see Raja right in front of him. He's going to turn down the hill. See if he can get that run that last lap, though. Another 3/10 slower than Allgaier. That gap is down to 2.3 seconds.
But it'd be close. Here's the other thing. Creed and Allgaier racing for the $100,000. So even if you can't get up there and get to Gray for the win tonight, you want to make sure you get that second spot and take home the paycheck. 14 to go.
And Taylor lost a massive amount of time right there.
Half second.
Nice.
Wow, half second, that one lap. And Raja didn't really even race him that hard. It was just that he had to turn down the hill and took away that preferred line. It killed your momentum all the way down the straightaway. Oh my gosh, that's getting so close right now.
Well, hey, we talk about great finishes, and then I think about Sheldon Creed and his one career victory and the way he did it at Atlanta. He knows all about the drama on the last lap.
Well, we talked about it was a half second. He's only 1 second back. Creed is right now. And honestly, the best thing that can happen for Allgaier is for these two guys to start racing. They get side by side, because it'll just take a lap or two to suck Justin in, who's only 1.8 seconds back right now.
I mean, Justin was over 6 seconds back when we began this run after the green flag pit stops, and now it's under 2 seconds, 1.6. This is incredible. The rally for Allgaier, the rally for Creed, and Gray trying to hold them off. 12 laps to go this time by.
And what's super interesting is when Creed gets there, they're running the same lines, essentially, all 3 of these leaders. So he's going to have to do something different to make that pass. It's been the discussion all night. How do you make the pass when they're in the preferred lane? You just got to find a way to gather momentum. But he's absolutely getting there.
Yeah, finally a little relief that last lap. Taylor Gray was actually able to run a little quicker than Sheldon Creed. We see both of them at basically the line they want to run, clean air. There's 1 lap down car in between, but I don't think that's going to affect Sheldon too much right here. Might even get a little draft off Dean Thompson. Look at the lap time as they cross the start-finish line. Broke even right there. So Taylor, nice job right there. Able to maintain that lap time. The next car, though, I see is in lane, is up right against the wall. Gonna have to work a little harder on this one.
And think about this. In the last 11 races, dating to last year at Martinsville, we've had 3 first-time winners. 2 of them running 1-2 tonight. Taylor Gray, who won that race last year in Southern Virginia. Sheldon Creed, who got his first career victory earlier this season at Atlanta. They're first and second, separated by 1 second with 10 laps to go. And here's that Atlanta finish that was absolutely epic. Second race of the year. Ross Chastain driving at 32, got into Austin Hill. The seas parted.
I really just want Creed to catch him.
First checkered flag of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
And a very popular win amongst everyone in this series. So many crew members and drivers there to congratulate him for how many times he'd finished second. 15 times. He finally got that first victory, and now he's got that gap under a second, and crucially also got away from Allgaier by about a tenth or two, so he can focus on just trying to catch Taylor.
And this is a huge pass right here. He's got to get by this lap car immediately.
That's Brennan Poole making his 200th career start tonight, running 19.
It's going to make it.
Oh, wow.
Brennan's going to make it difficult because he's running that very top line. Taylor's going to have to sail it off in here and see if he can clear him.
Oh, wow.
This
No.
is huge right
Nice.
here.
Let's go.
Lots of momentum. That's a tough pass. I don't know if the 54 car can do that.
Come on.
But he lost his momentum, and once he did, he just is stuck below Brennan Poole there. He's sliding right now. They have a lot of laps on these tires.
I just hope the same thing just happened to Sheldon.
Gather it back up and make another run at it to get the momentum. And
Come on.
turns down off of two here.
But Brennan's got a good exit by running that top line. See what it says here. Can he clear him?
Please don't let the same thing happen to Sheldon.
Gray is all clear. Let's listen to the radio.
Nope.
Stay locked in here. Trying to get
Oh,
the
yeah. Half a second.
Adam said you called crew chief and spot Adam all in one night. Unbelievable.
Come on.
7 laps to go. Gray gets by Poole. He's clear. Here comes Creed trying to do the
Get
same.
past him quick.
Poole, closed up on
Nice.
him. What a finish it's going to be. Allgaier coming as well. This is outstanding stuff.
And you gotta complete this down into 3 if you're Sheldon Creed. And
Come on.
Now, yeah, 100%. He's gonna drop it off the
Come on.
right there. There's the clear.
Come on.
This reminds me so much of the
7 laps to go.
Texas a couple of years ago when you had Sam Mayer and Ryan Sieg, and Ryan's trying to close the deal, and Mayer wouldn't go away, and we had that photo finish. We go to Texas in a couple of weeks. Maybe the mile and a half in Kansas will deliver. We've had some great finishes here over the years. 5.5 laps remaining for Taylor Gray.
Can't help but think about Vegas and those two guys with Taylor Gray and Creed. Creed ended up getting into the back of
Come
Taylor
on.
Gray, maybe costing at a shot for the win. And they're going to have another battle here for the win in Kansas.
And what I see out of Sheldon there is he's able to turn that car and exit lower off the corners than Taylor Gray. That's just up where the speed is coming from. That's allowing him to catch him. He's able to get
Come on, Sheldon.
nose quicker at times as he turns down.
Under a half second now.
Better. That's giving him a little better exit. Small wiggle there, but he's got to use that to his advantage. When he gets there, utilize that momentum to get by him.
This is all going to come down to lap traffic. These two going head to head on clean track. I don't think Sheldon has a good enough car to pass him. But as you look at those lap cars in front, it only takes
Come on.
a little bit of a momentum loss.
Come
right
on.
here for Creed to get
You got
beside him.
this.
Those guys are
Yeah.
on the line that they want to run. You see, Taylor's trying to turn down, get pulled.
Nice.
Oh, he's Sheldon
Lost a little bit.
Right there, you see him use so much racetrack right there, and actually lost just a little bit to Taylor.
That's LeVar Scott.
Well, there you go. Come on. Come on.
Scored the 18th position. Going to be 3 laps to go as we come off the
3 to
track
go.
this time.
It's LeVar Scott, that lap car. Taylor's not having too much trouble with him. Maybe. Nope, not too much trouble with him.
Momentum now. Sheldon's got to try something different. He's going to get able to get up beside him, whether it's running the wall all the way around. He tried to run the bottom that last lap, which I think was a little bit of an inspiration move because he knew that he wasn't going
I don't
to
know.
do the same thing over and over again. Let's see how he reacts here.
Yeah, he lost a little bit there.
Passes
Fuck.
Kansas. Last time it happened, July of
God damn it.
2020. Brandon Jones won for Joe Gibbs Racing in that race. Taylor Gray trying to finish the deal for the coach tonight. 2 to go. He's got a half a second lead over Sheldon Creed.
Come on, Sheldon.
Creed hasn't tried
Just do something.
the wall like you mentioned because he just isn't quite getting there. Oh, there's a bit of a lap traffic that didn't quite check up Taylor Gray, and Creed actually lost a little bit of time
Fuck.
in those last 2 corners.
Well, it looks like Taylor Gray is going to do it.
Keeping his composure with all this lap traffic, not trying to force the issue. Obviously,
White flag in the air here. One more time around at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Taylor Gray with the lead. Sheldon is... Oh, wow, he's riding the wall, but I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. I think it was too little too late.
Sheldon Creed giving it all he's got down the back straightaway. Turns 3 and 4 for the final time.
Here comes Taylor Gray.
Ahead, but they shouldn't play a role. Taylor Gray.
And Taylor Gray is going to win at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas.
Kansas Speedway.
that man right there made an excellent call. It's a team effort. Team effort by Team 54.
We agree. 2 career wins for Taylor Gray and 2 wins in Kansas atop the pit box for Jason Ratcliffe. 2003 with David Green and tonight with Taylor. And back-to-back wins for the 54 car in the Cup Series.
Damn.
Throughout the Rally Series. And we saw Grandpa Coach down there celebrating with his team. Denny Hamlin will start on the front row here tomorrow. Brett Cruz in the top 5.
It's a long green flag run to end the race.
Impressive. Sheldon Creed comes up short on winning the race, but second place good enough to net him the $100,000.
That's about a 52-minute and 57-second green flag run to end the race. A long one.
Taylor Gray, bit of a slow start to 2026 for this second-year driver from New Mexico, but he showed what he's got here tonight, finishing the deal, and boy, some really good ones. He gets the win. 3 champions inside the top 6, Allgaier, Love, and William Byron.
Brandon Jones led the most laps of the race. He led 67. He finished in 8th.
How about Joe Gibbs Racing at Kansas?
Taylor Gray and Sheldon both led 48 laps.
With 4 different drivers. John Hunter Nemechek, Eric
There's Taylor Gray.
Almirola, Brandon Jones,
Out celebrating.
and this guy, Taylor Gray.
Uh-oh.
You know, he's been flirting around that chase cut line. You don't want to flirt with that. You want to have a cushion. And tonight he takes a jump with all the points that come with this win. Talking about the success of Jason Ratcliffe. Tonight his 60th win atop the pit
Let's
box
go.
of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, best all time.
He's so excited. He's not getting off the car.
I don't think I've seen him that excited ever.
So he's going to celebrate with the fans here. You get that checkered flag, and then he'll drive it over to Mobile One Victory Lane. Let's hear from Sheldon Creed down to Kemp.
There's Sheldon.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed started this race with a number of challenges. You had a quick helmet swap before the green. You had to drop to the
WrestleMania finish before the race did.
But you come up runner-up. As you look at the closing laps,
Sheldon Creed wins the Dash for Cash.
Taylor Gray.
Oh, I don't know. I was kind of trying everything. I hit the bottom there with, I don't know, a few to go, and I thought that might have been somewhere I could get them. Yeah, and then we just kind of caught lappers, and they were kind of filling the bottom there every time I wanted to go and try to run it. But yeah, a great day for us after starting at the back, and I kind of knew right away my car was really fast, and yeah, I was able to drive to the front and just had a lot of fun today in my Road Ranger Chevrolet, and just appreciate everyone that's supporting us this year. Hendrick Engines have been awesome. Appreciate Gene Haas and Haas Automation, Joe Custer. Just yeah, everyone's been supporting us. It's been a really good start to our season. It's been a lot of fun on track. Fast cars are fun to drive.
And you don't walk away empty-handed. You got the $100,000 Dash for Cash bonus. What does that mean? What kind of statement does that make? Just what this team is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, awesome. I feel like we're just working really good together right now, and just going in tonight, you're racing the 1, the 7, and the 19 for it. I knew it was gonna be tough, but yeah, just really cool to be able to bring $100,000 back home to the Haas factory team, and just going to keep working hard and try to keep clicking off these finishes. I definitely wanted to win and add to it, but yeah, the 54 team they did a really good job short hitting us, and he just ran a really good 40 laps there and got through traffic quick and made it to where I never really got close enough.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sheldon Creed comes home with his 7th straight top 10 finish this season, his 4th straight top 5 finish here at Kansas.
I think this, if you told him you're starting in the back, you're going to finish second and win $100,000, I think you would have taken that, right?
That's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to finish second, but when they bring you $100,000 check, you're like, that stings a little bit less.
And that 16th runner-up, much easier to swallow when you know that you've been to victory lane. Now our Mobile One winning moment. Jason Ratcliffe made the call. 50-14 executed. Taylor Gray did his
I have to
job.
pee, but we'll get Taylor Gray's interview.
Position, he took care of business.
And there's a lot that adds up to that, right? It's getting on pit road correctly on old tires, the pit crew nailed the stop, and then once you get back out on track on new tires, getting through traffic effectively, making sure you don't lose any time on those newer tires to gain on the leaders. He did that, and then was super disciplined when he was getting run down by Creed and Allgaier. Did not make a mistake, held on to it.
Yeah, and I mean, clearly Ratcliffe needs the credit for making the winning call, but Taylor shouldn't sell himself short. He did an awesome job of managing all that traffic at the end, able to get through, and as you said, managing tires perfectly.
He'll be eligible for the $100,000 in the Dash for Cash next Saturday at Talladega Superspeedway. One of the real crown jewel races on the O'Reilly Auto Parts schedule. You'll watch it Saturday afternoon on CW. Can't wait for it. I saw Jason Ratcliffe walking there with the coach. I mean, that dude's been doing it a long time. He looks the same as he always has. Let's go down to Mobile One Victory Lane. Here's Dylan.
Here's Taylor Gray.
A lot of excitement down here for these guys. It has not been the start to the year. No doubt that the 54 team has won it. You see your teammates running well, running better every week, and you guys are trying to get there. How big is it to put together the last 3 weeks you guys have and cap that off with this performance tonight?
Yeah, first of all, thank you to everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, Twitter Racing, Operation 300, and how about Jason Ratcliffe, man? That big call was awesome. I knew we had a car capable of winning. I thought the 20 was a little better than us in stage 2, or yes, before the green flag cycle, sorry. But you just have to stay locked in, right? And needed to be a little bit freer. Jason made a really good adjustment on the car, a really good pit call, and got us that clean air. So yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. But yeah, it's been a long start to the year, man. Not that we're not bringing speed to the racetrack, it's just things haven't really gone our way. So it's nice to finally be able to close one out.
What was the toughest part of those closing laps? A lot of things you kind of had to balance, it seems like.
Yeah, I knew the 00 was starting to catch me. I started to get a little snug trying to turn down the hill. It seemed like he was on the freer side. I just knew I had to navigate lap traffic better than he could and get him to heat up his rears to try to catch me. So, and I think he ended up, getting the wall there towards the end. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun race. It was, yeah, it's good beer.
Well done. Taylor Gray back in victory lane. He's the winner at Kansas.
Winning cures a lot of things.
All right, so that's gonna do it here. What a crazy race! What an unexpected night. I mean, we started the race lap 2, just saw the craziest fucking flip, craziest shit, And then we thought we might see some rain. We actually did see a few sprinkles, but it wasn't really anything. And then Austin Hill had the wreck with William Sawalich. Saw a few other incidents. And then just some really good racing. So yeah, I'm going to end this shit right here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and peace.